All right. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to Cricket for Americans. Nick here. And it's time for some USA cricket, ladies and gentlemen. So good to see you already waiting for us. Let's get a better mic going on right here. This mic sounds horrible. What has happened, everyone? So good to see you all as I'm working on some of this tech stuff here. Here for a little bit of USA cricket. I don't think the match has started just yet. Yep, it's midnight here, Mr. Hahn. Definitely midnight here. Appreciate you noticing that. And for some reason, my microphone does not want to show itself. A little early. I thought the match started at midnight. Maybe it starts in about 30 minutes or so, but we'll be hanging out here regardless. Let me get my backup mic set up since this does not like me very much. Let's try this. All right, this not a lot of fun. Oh no, Gabe, I mean Nick. Haha, what's up, everyone? How is everyone doing? Versus USA. That was yesterday. That match was yesterday. Right now it's Singapore, my friend. Right now it be Singapore. Yes, thank you, Jihan. They won. They won against Jersey. Not that Jersey. Why is this being so weird? I have no idea. I am going to step out for 1 second. I will be right back. Nobody leave. Nobody leave. Let's get a picture in here that shows that we are not leaving. But that will be right back. Here we go. All right, I am back. Sorry about that, everyone. I have no idea what happened. No idea what happened there. But my microphone wasn't showing up, and it was driving me nuts. And I'm OCD like that, so I had to shut down the computer. I hate this computer so much. I am waiting to buy a new one. I'm really close to buying it. I actually have the money saved up for it. It's a little expensive computer, but I just can't pull the trigger yet. I want to get through the summer first and make sure nothing else comes up that needs to be have that money spent on it. That's more important. So you don't care about that. We're checking out USA versus Singapore. This is part of the World Cup qualifier, so they can get to that, what do they call it, the group stages, so that they can fight it out with 8 other opponents to try to have the top 4 join the other 8 in the actual World Cup, just like we had last year in the UAE. Yes, the mic showed up, unlike Gabe. Gabe will be here. He is working as we speak right now. And I heard he's trying to get off work a little early. He usually works for a few more hours until 2 a.m. It's 12 a.m. right now for us. And hopefully he can get off early and he can join me. He'll probably finish the entire thing. I'll be here for at least a few hours to watch this. USA beat Jersey yesterday, I guess, technically now. And they're having back-to-back games like everybody else is. And they beat Jersey. They were able to chase. They were able to win. It wasn't an amazing score, but they got enough in the 19th over to chase. Stephen Taylor, that's right, Stephen Taylor. He got an ODI century not too long ago, and now he has his maiden T20 century, 101. It was fantastic. I posted it on Twitter. And this match, let me share my screen here. This match is going to start in less than 5 minutes. Let me get the countdown on here. There we go. Yes, less than 5 minutes here, which is glorious. Can't wait for that to happen for us. We got some flights, San Francisco to Delhi, just like that. Hey, if you're interested, less than 5 minutes. This match is going to start. No, 5 a.m. Wrong match, stupid. Let's get to the right match. Jeez Louise. All right. Schedule and results. That was already. And here we go. It's supposed to be starting right now. So it's not telling me exactly what's going on or why it hasn't started yet. Maybe you guys can let me know if it's a few minutes or something like that. Can USA qualify? I think they have a chance. Thank you, Toadol, for the comment. I think they have a very good chance to qualify. I think they're one of the strong teams, but they're still, I don't want to say new because they are, but they've been playing a lot of T20. They've been playing a lot of cricket recently, a few tournaments. They've done well. North American tournament, they did very, very well, and they won that. So they have some experience, but now they're playing other countries all around. This is, of course, being played in Zimbabwe. They seem like the favorites after the first match. I know it's just the first match, but they're a very strong squad. I think Papua New Guinea can give them some fits, and I think, obviously, Zimbabwe can give them some fits. And I think those are probably the biggest competitors. I would put USA like at 2 or 3, maybe 4. I'm trying to think who else. Singapore usually has Tim David, but he's not with them right now. I'm not exactly sure if it's an injury or what. If we go back to the other teams, people say Netherlands, they just got destroyed by England, but that was playing a test nation, right? So the Netherlands, they can make some noise. And I was talking to Nate from Emerging Cricket. He says any of these guys can really upset. Okay, so you never know what's going to happen. So Rob says, all the best, USA. Appreciate that. Han Solo thing, I think it's a bit odd that Jersey has a separate team from England at international level. Usually somewhere like that would play in English domestic competitions. I agree. They probably just wanted to to have their own squad, to have their own pride. Jihan says that was painful viewing the second test against Sri Lanka, losing by an innings from 330 for 5 against the number 5 or 7 ranked team. Australia have a lot of work to do on subcontinent wickets. Yeah, so if you weren't here for my day 1 stream of the Australia-Sri Lanka match in Galle, in Sri Lanka, I predicted Sri Lanka to win it. I felt good about that. I didn't think they were going to win by an innings, especially the way Australia started. You had a century by Labuschagne. You had a century by Stephen Smith, SPD. They were on strike for a long time in that partnership, and then wicket. And then you had the double ton, and I was corresponding with Jihan earlier. He told me that Shandamal should have got out by 30, but they had a drop or some kind of missed field, and so he was allowed to stay longer. So those huge win by Sri Lanka. I don't care what anyone says. It's a huge win. I don't care if it's at home. I don't care if it's their subcontinent. Huge win. And the crazy thing is with that one loss by Australia, I was looking at the rankings. South Africa is now the top-ranked test team. Even though they have 2 losses, Australia is the second test because of the percentage, because of the points. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I still think Australia is probably the best right now. Jack says he turned it off when Green got out. Just so you know, Australia was going to collapse. Hard to watch, they said. Hello, Raj. What's up? Everyone say hello to Raj. Is the limo driver just a cover and Gabe's an enforce like for the movie Casino? No, he is a full-fledged. The crazy thing is he's been doing that for almost 20 years now. He could almost retire, which is crazy. He needs to put 20 years in there. He's almost there, so it's quite impressive. Total says 15 minutes. I'm glad you see that because I cannot see that anywhere, at least not from CrickBuzz. CrickBuzz is not showing me that. Let's see if Crick Info will tell me something different. It might take me a while to find the match. Oh, no, it's right there. There you go. Starts in 17 minutes. So I'm a little early. I appreciate everyone joining me early. We got 40 plus in the chat. Thanks so much. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's send it out to the masses. Let's let everyone know about it. And they can join us throughout this match. We'll be here for at least the first innings, if not the entire thing. Let me change the background. As good as it is to see half of my face and the word back, not really the best thing here. What should we do? We got what is that? Oh, that was my attacker reaction background. We can do some Batman, or we can just do the pitch. We'll probably just do the pitch. All right, so this has been a weird start to my stream. I apologize. Thanks so much once again for joining. Gabe will be here when he can. You're here, which is the most important thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're just joining, if you've missed it, USA versus Singapore is going to start in about 15 minutes or so. And I couldn't be more excited. USA won their first match against Jersey already. And let's look at how that went. Let's bring up I know USA won, but let's go ahead and bring up the score. Here we go. Oh, come on, Nick. Under pressure, and you can't handle it. There's USA, all the way at the bottom, alphabetical. All right. So this is their schedule. We want results. Here we go. So in the match earlier, it seems like earlier today, but yesterday, technically, they chased the 19th over. The first ball, the 19th over, got 159. I thought they got 165. I was off by that. You have Jersey right here with the Asa Tribe. I'm just kidding. That's his name. 73 off 45. He had a really good day. And Benjamin Ward also had a decent day. The openers did not do their job, unfortunately. The bummer here is Ali Khan. Ali Khan is one of USA's best bowler. Some would argue that he is their best bowler. Please watch the spam. Please and thank you. And he got injured. He got hit in the wrist, I think it was, with a ball that came right at him, and he was taken out. So not sure how long he's going to be out, but it's a big hit for USA. Huge hit. But we got a pair of 2 wickets, one from Theron, one from Patel. We saw Theron in that the earlier match. He was fantastic, very impressive, the ODI match. And here's Stephen Taylor, 101 off 55. Great opener there. The captain cannot build a partnership with him, unfortunately. Aaron Jones was doing all right, 38 for 30 before he got. And then Mohatra didn't really see too much. He got 4 balls by the time they chased it. And the bowlers for Jersey, only one to get wickets was Blampede, and he got 2 of them. He was hogging all those wickets to himself. Shepard did it single-handedly. I'm not sure what he's talking about. The greatest mush on earth. Yeah, right? Yeah, New Zealand lost. That was an interesting match. I got a comment about that match. I did not watch it, telling me about it. And so I looked it up. New Zealand was chasing, and they chased on the second to last ball. They needed, what was it, like 4 or 5 runs, and they got a 6. They got a 6 in the last ball and beat Ireland by runs, but also by a ball, for crying out loud. And that next match starts in less than 3 hours, in case you're interested there. So if we go to that series right now, I mean, look at this. 305. So I was wrong. So they got a 6. So they had 2 balls left. They needed 1 run with 2 balls, and a 6 happened. And it was Bracewell, the guy you really got to brace well for when you're bowling against. He got 127 in that contest. But Ireland put themselves up a 300 score, which you think in the 300s, it's a pretty good bet. Not a guarantee, but a pretty good bet. You had a century from Tector, so that was very impressive. Sterling, back-to-back matches, different formats, was not able to put up even more than 5 runs. That's unfortunate. But look at right here in the middle. McBride, 39. Camphor, what else is new? 43. McBride, not the best strike rate there. Wickets all spread out for New Zealand. Okay, Loki Ferguson, surprise, surprise. He got Sterling. Sterling is feast or famine. He always has been. And I know there's a lot of jokes in there. Watch yourself, Mr. Hahn. Guptill got a 50. And then Bracewell. Like I said, you got to really brace yourself well. The rest of his team didn't really show up too much. And so luckily he carried them there for the most part. And he had Camphor once again. The all-rounder, 3-wicket haul. Adair got a 2-wicket haul. Very impressive. And as I'm going through this, I'm missing a super chat. Sorry about that, Dr. Jihan. Maybe it just came in. Yep, it just came in. All right. I thought I missed it. Appreciate the super chat. Shandamal nicked behind on 30. But home umpire. Okay, so here it is. Home umpire gave it not out, and Australia had burned all their reviews. Same umpire kept giving umpire calls to Sri Lanka and denied Australia plum LBWs. People noticed biased umpiring. I did not watch it, so I can't state either way, but I'm going to trust the good doctor right here. And that's unfortunate. Raj is laughing at Jihan. It's unfortunate when umpiring does get involved. Now, I can't imagine that all those calls that you say were, plum LBWs, maybe they're the same in everyone else's eyes, but I don't know. I don't know for myself, but I know I get super agitated when it seems like the umpiring is not going both ways. It's not even-handed, and that's unfortunate for Australia, but you guys have been enjoying some kind of a ride, right? This is, I think, according to Jihan, this is their first test loss since the GABA. That's a long time, okay? They just won the T20 World Cup. They're on their way to continuing into another World Cup and should be doing very, very well. Nick, are you thanks for the super chat, Dr. Jihan. Sorry about the broken heart. Nick, are you live streaming England versus India ODI match today? I am not. Good to see you there, Shy. Long time no see. In a live stream, at least. I will not be live streaming that. This will be my live stream for today. But I wish India and England all the best. I don't love to live stream ODIs because it's one day, which is great, but it's one day. So if it's a test match, you miss the first day, the second day, or middle days, you're okay. You can catch some of the action. ODI, you come in for a few hours, you don't really get too much of the whole piece, and then you're going to miss it the rest of the time, right? So it's not my favorite to stream it, and plus I'm streaming this. I'll be doing some other stuff the rest of the day. But you know me, I'll be rooting for India. England did very, very well with their batting. India couldn't do anything besides Sky in that third match. So England salvaged that series somewhat for pride and took 1 out of the 3 at home. A lot of comments on Darmina's umpiring, even from neutral fans. He had a shocker. What have we been saying on this channel? What have we been saying on this channel? Huh? The umpiring. Gabe's been saying it louder than I have, but I've been right there the whole time. The umpiring. I get it. It's a tough job, but if you saw my video, elite status, 5 for 5, how tough can it be? Come on. I'm just kidding. I thought they lost. Oh, Bracewell. Yes, he had quite the knock, especially that last over. New Zealand gave up 24, or no, I'm sorry. Ireland gave up 24 runs in that last over. 24 runs. Okay, at that rate, New Zealand could have chased him in like 14 overs. 24 runs in that last over. Ouch. Ouch, babe. I wonder if Smudge couldn't find a good brand of sandpaper in Sri Lanka with all the unrest there. Yes, maybe inflation. Maybe inflation kept it from him being able to get it. Haha, if you're burned all reviews, that means umpiring isn't biased. Or maybe the reviews were, yeah, I guess if you burned them, that means the call was right. But then Jihan also mentioned his point about the umpire calls. Hate umpire call. Oh, man. Since GABA, they have played just 9 games, 5 of them against England and Australia. Yeah, but the schedule is what the schedule is. How much did Gabe and I cry about New Zealand's schedule last year, the WTC? The matches are what the matches are. Are they not fair sometimes? Are they this or that sometimes? Sure. But those are the matches. And England, come on, England, you could have salvaged something there in Australia for crying out loud. Well, it gives them license to be biased once reviews are all gone, doesn't it? I love a little salt there in the chat section as we're waiting for this match to start. This match, Singapore has chosen to field. Ooh, they won the toss, chose to field. Oh, look at, see, Crick Buzz tells me, or Crick Info tells me 12:30. Crick Buzz told me 12. How dare they? Look at the recent performances right here. Singapore, 1 win. What does the black mean? That's interesting. 1 win in their last 5 matches. USA, 4 wins in their last 5. So they've really been playing well T20-wise. You have the main players right there. And we are 6 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. Nick, are you on summer break at the moment? Yes, this is summer break. Thanks for asking. It's a wonderful time for teachers, not just because we get away from the students. I love being around the students. I love being a teacher. It's my favorite thing to do. But it's nice to get a break, okay? It really, really is mental break, all that kind of stuff. It's the only job that I can think of where you can still get a paycheck. We don't get paid for the summer, but we still get a paycheck. It's the only job I can think of. You can get a paycheck still. You're not affecting your family, providing for them. And you get, 10 weeks to recharge your batteries. Now, Gabe and I took 3 weeks back at school to do summer school because, got to provide for the families and all that kind of stuff. But it's nice to have 7 weeks off. You can go on vacation. You can relax. Last week, I did a whole lot of nothing. That's why you're seeing more streams. You're seeing more videos out because we have the time. And, yes, we got 4 more weeks of that. But I appreciate you noticing that. Got a lot of comments coming in. I want to make sure that I can get to them all. Nick, me and you are both massive baseball fans. Yes, I am. And we should know a bad umpire. Oh, my gosh. Baseball, it's prevalent. It is this year, Pittsburgh sports, I appreciate you mentioning that. This year has been the worst I've ever seen. And it's always bad. But typically you'll have some games where the umpire has, the outside zone as a strike, and he calls it both sides. Fine, whatever. We'll give that to you. This year, it's so bad. This year, they're calling pitches that are at least 2 balls inside or outside or above or below the strike zone, and it makes no sense. Yeah, so we're used to bad umpiring. That's why Gabe and I get so mad and so sensitive about umpiring. It has too much of a control in the game, and if you can't even do your job, and these baseball umpires are such garbage. It's so bad. 5 tests in Pakistan and Sri Lanka. 1-2, lost 1. Could easily have won 3. Yeah, they played in Pakistan as well. Pakistan, England, and Sri Lanka. AK, there's no point of ODI after they made T20. I'm kind of, understand what you're saying. I'm kind of leading towards that. I appreciate all the support here for the USA live stream for associate cricket. The audience has been telling Gabe and I for over a year now that we want more associate cricket. We want it to be bigger. We want the sport to expand. And the sport, to expand, I said that correctly. And the fact that I have 55 of you before the match starts, USA, Singapore, that's so awesome. Thanks so much for showing up. Appreciate that support. Suman, yes, that's true. Everything is getting expensive. I heard in Germany they are not letting people use hot water and AC, even in business places, something because of a gas shortage. Oh, my goodness. Ireland should have won that match. They bottled it. Yeah, USA's done that a few times too in the last few weeks, not going to lie. It sucks when that happens. I can't really convince Aussie fans, but umpire hate is something that is very prevalent. Wrong decisions should be monitored, and I am sure it goes on record of the umpires. I don't think it does, Raj. It doesn't do it in Major League Baseball. There was one season in the NFL where the umpires, referees, they went on strike. They literally went on strike because they weren't getting paid enough. And every single one of these referees in the NFL, they all have full-time jobs. They're all executives, attorneys, doctors, all this kind of garbage. They do the NFL umpiring and officiating on their time off just for fun, and they get paid a good, handsome salary for it. They went on strike, and you would think, because there's college football, there's different divisions, all this kind of stuff, you would think they'd be able to replace them with umpires. It was a disaster. It was a crap show. It was so bad that the last match they had to replace the referees was Monday Night Football, botched a bad call, and they basically gave the umpires everything they wanted. They have so much control in these sports. And I don't know how you police them, because they'll just say, fine, bye, find someone else. New Zealand were down 150 for 6. Oh, my gosh. Another Indian team plays in Singapore cricket team. Easy there. Appreciate being a stream, but easy. I don't know why they've gone back to home umpires. COVID's pretty much over now. I agree with that. Gabe is the only umpire I trust. He cheats for both teams. It's funny because someone had mentioned to him, and he mentioned to me, that he, I guess he called out on our little game that we played almost every single time. He said he was going to do that, but he didn't do that consciously. It was subconsciously. Block probably means called off or no result. All right, so we got the spammer back. Watch the spam, please. Another super chat from Dr. Jihan. Thank you so much. Not sour grapes from me. Sri Lanka deserved to win, but the dodgy umpiring was not going to go unnoticed. And tennis reviews are either in or out, not umpire call BS. Again, I hate umpires call with the passion. If it's out, it's out. If it's not out, it's not out. I don't care about preserving, because that's what you're doing. You're preserved. Don't give me this crap about margin of error. You're preserving the feelings and the respect towards the umpire, who is basically like God in the sport of cricket. And, whatever he says, bad or not so bad, whatever he says is going to stick if it's close enough. Margin of error, I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. So we're looking like a minute away. A minute away. Felt bad for Ireland. Thanks, Jihan, once again. You are the man. You are so supportive of our channel. We really appreciate it. You keep the lights on, my friend. Let's see. I almost got through it. Tim David obviously thinks playing for Lancashire is more important. Can't argue with that. So he's just playing county cricket, club cricket in England instead. Ooh, burn. UK summer break starts in the last week of July. Why? Ooh. What? So when is the school year for kids, elementary, middle school, high school? When does their school year go? I've heard of some places where the summer break is very, very short, but then they get extended breaks throughout the year. The way it works here in the U.S., when I grew up, the last day of school was the second Friday in June. Okay, middle of June, that was your last week of school, your last day of school, and then you were off for about the same time. You didn't go back until the end of August. You still had those 10 weeks off. Here in Nevada, they decided to change that 1 year, and it was kind of crazy for us teachers because we had a shorter summer break. But they compensated us, which was kind of nice. But we start 2.5, 3 weeks earlier now in August. So the first day of school here is August 9th, I believe. 7th, 8th, or 9th, whatever that Monday is. Super, super early. We get out at the last week of May, which is nuts, before Memorial Day weekend. Let me know how the school year there is in the UK. And also, we have 2 weeks for winter break, 1 week for spring break, no fall break. That's it. Few holidays peppered throughout. Han Solo, but I'm from India. So kind of you to use this heat in the summer, but it's raining season. But for some reason, it's still, it might still need to have rain. Okay. Teaching is an easy job. You get all the vacation the children's get. Teaching's an easy job. All right. There's a hot take for you. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. The vacation is very, very nice. Easy job. You guys aren't interested in me whining about that, but I do love my job. As a current student in the United States high school system, you do need a little break from the school, even as a student. Absolutely. The last guys, umpires are out of form. Absolutely. Why can't USA start a big cricket league with own American players like they do in NBA? If someone can promote cricket in USA, I think USA can start. Well, it's interesting you say that, Sitha, because they have started a league, Major League Cricket. Okay, it starts next year. This year, minor league cricket, which just started. It's going on right now. Lots of teams, lots of divisions, a lot of games. Every single day, a whole slew of games out there. They are building the sport here in the U.S. Minor league cricket, Major League Cricket next year. And it's absolutely fantastic. If you're interested in any of that, check out our friend Nate at Emerging Cricket, and you can watch his videos and you can get up to date on that. We're going to check out at least one minor league cricket here, and that's our domestic league here in the States. So it's happening literally right now as we speak, and it's a lot of fun. It's super exciting. And yes, got to build those American-born players, but America's also a melting pot. Don't be confused. Don't think you can't like look at someone and say, oh, they're American. You can look at someone and say they're white or they're not, but white's not the only American. It's a melting pot. It's a beautiful palette of different colors and cultures and nationalities, and it's a beautiful thing. But they are starting to build that. But anyone that wants to play for US, that can get that residency, whatever it is, help us win. I don't care. I want to win. Just don't break the rules. Also, Dharmasena is a world-class umpire. He would have umpired even if it was international umpires and not just home ones. He's given Tendulkar out many times wrongfully, though. So there kind of goes part of your argument right there, unfortunately. So the match is going. I'm not getting. Maybe it's on ESPN Plus because my Willow's just saying nothing to me. It would make sense if it was on ESPN Plus. Let's hope it is. But according to this, the match has already started. United States has got 6 runs on the board. Stephen Taylor's got 5 of them. It's got a boundary already. No wickets lost. All right. This is going to be a real bummer if I can't see this match. No, it's not on ESPN Plus. There's a chance I might not be able to watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, looks like I got it. I think it was on that screen for so long it kind of frozen. Looks like I got it. All right, so we're good. We're good. 69 in the chat. Oh, it was just right. I said that goes to 61. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's see how this goes. Let's get into it as I'm waiting for this ad to pass on Willow. 8 for no loss after 1 over. Stephen Taylor's got 6 runs. Patel's got 1. He's their captain. And there's also an extra already. Here we go. Now I got it. Hopefully you're watching it too. I'm watching it right now where it says 7 for no loss. So I wonder if this is ahead. Yep, that was a wide. Taylor's on strike. You have Ucho from Singapore bowling right now. And he's going to have 1 run already by the wide. Now, I've got my headphones here. You guys don't know this, but I got my headphones on. None of the audio is coming through. Sometimes this happens, unfortunately, on Willow. But we are here to check this out. Super excited for this. Let's go, USA. Sup? What's up? Sup? I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Hope you are as well. And there's a shot there from Stephen Taylor. You're not going to get to that, Mr. Fielder, even though you're super close. Another boundary put on the board. Yes. 12 runs for the USA. Stephen Taylor coming off his century not too long ago. Hopefully he's nice and rested. ICC TV. I don't think I have that available here. I do have it on Willow, which is nice. Qualifier B, ICC World Cup. Winner doesn't go anywhere yet. This is a tournament. I believe it's till the 17th or something like that. And top 2 teams go on to the group stage of the World Cup, but they get invited and they get their tickets to Australia. Third ball, or second ball, technically, of the over for Uchil, and it's a single run by Stephen Taylor. He's got 10 runs already on 5 balls, and now it's the captain Patel on strike here, ready for the third ball of the second over. So I got the scoreboard right here for you. United States, Singapore. Singapore chose to field, which is very interesting. I don't know why, but I'm sure they had reasons for it. We have Manik Patel, and we have Stephen Taylor there on strike. And Uchil is bowling. There's a big debate whether Virat Kohli should be dropped for World Cup. Your thoughts? How many other T20 matches does India have before the World Cup? Okay, that's straight up in the air. Is it far enough for a 6? There's a field. Oh, he didn't get to it. I can't tell if he had dropped it or if it dropped in front of me. Either way, that was dangerous because Patel skied that. He got 2 runs off it, which is nice. No harm, no foul. But he skied that. I thought there was going to be caught. It was not caught, thankfully. And he lives this the other day, like I said. It was a hard angle for me to see if there was a drop, if it just dropped right barely in front of him. It looked like the fielder was there. I'm not going to lie. Here is... Ooh, this one is hit into the trees. That's much farther. I thought it was a replay. I thought there was a glitch right there. It was the same. He hit it almost the same exact way, but this one he parked for a 6. Wow. That was interesting. That was like over at his knee, and he just pulled it to the onside into the trees for a 6. Very, very impressive. And M. Patel is on the board with 9 runs on 4 balls. Uchil's very expensive here. It's going to have 2 boundaries, 1 of each kind. What's up, Sour Day? Nice to see you. Where's the match? This is in Zimbabwe. This tournament's in Zimbabwe. And the match is technically, let's see, where in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, is in Africa, near-ish to Zambia. And is that another 6? Oh my goodness! Or is that that was just a replay? Yeah, that was a replay. I'm not gonna lie, the TV setup is not the best, but it's okay. We'll survive. I thought he got another 6. They were just showing some trees, and that shot right back to the bowler. Now I'm getting a little bit of sound. No run taken there. Uchil, there we got the commentary right there. Uchil was able to stop with his fingertips, and no run there. So we're on the last ball here, the second over. Uchil's already up 13. Ooh. Wait, this match is in Zimbabwe. Nick is streaming this to look for Tom Kerr and his family. Trying to find his house. Bulawayo. Thank you so much, Jihan. In Zimbabwe. It's like a cut shot there for just a single. They'll just keep it at 1. Patel's going to stay on strike. And now both our men are at 10. After 2 overs, the score is 22 for no loss. Great start right here in the power play. The match I was at in person, the power play was atrocious. This is a great start. This is what we like to see. Taylor and Patel both have strike rates that are identical. Both have the same line. Mayank's got 1-6. Taylor's got 2 4s. Very, very nice. Once again, this is the ICC World Cup Qualifier B in Zimbabwe. 8 teams. 8 teams are represented. You have Uganda, Zimbabwe, Singapore, USA. Let's see if I can get them all. Probably not. Netherlands, Papua New Guinea, Jersey, and who is the last one? Oh, I'm so sorry. The one I forgot. Oh, wide. I wasn't telling if the bat hit that. Doesn't matter. It was a wide. What's up, Agent of Chaos? What's up, Gary? That's right. Oh, who's the last team? Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Sorry about that, Hong Kong. I left you out there. Is there a Mama New Guinea? Nice. Papua New Guinea. My bad. And there is a single run there. So now I'm a little behind. Quick Info says 24, so I'm behind a wide. That happens. Thank you, Sports Sudan. Yes, it was Hong Kong. Who dropped the catch? I don't know if it was a drop catch, and I don't know who it was. I did not get the name. Sorry about that. We're doing fantastic, Agent of Chaos. Appreciate that. Han Solo gets me an answer here. I'll check this out after this second ball. Okay, it's the scoreboard on my TV's off. 24 for no loss. I'm all caught up. Ooh, that's a good ball right there. Is that LBW? The umpire had no interest in calling that. I don't know if there's got to be DRS, right? There haven't been DRS in a lot of the Associate Nation matches and tournaments. I would assume there's DRS here. I don't know if there is. They're not going to review it if there is. It looks decent, but I didn't get the best camera angle, so please bear with me there. UK school year is September to July. September, wow. Oh, there's a nice little shot there, and that is another 6. Woo! On the onside. Very, very nice. Goodbye. Patel there with his second 6 of the match. And the bowler is in his second over, Mahbub. I don't know if that's his full name. Mahbub Amjad Mahbub. Gave up a 6 right there to the captain. Captain's already having a much better start than he did at all the entire match last time. But there's 1 week breaks every half term. I think 3 of them. 2 weeks off for Christmas and Easter, 6 weeks for summer break. Okay, 6 weeks for summer break. So, yeah, they make it up throughout the school year. Thank you for that. And just so you know, Gary, that was a Nick joke. I did appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. They come second. They go to Pool B. Yeah, you're talking about the group stage? Because that's how I understand it. I like what you did there. 6. All right, here is the 4th ball. And nice little shot. Fielder right there. Loses the handle. And they get an easy single run. He wasn't going to get the run out, even with a direct hit. But an easy run. He made it even easier. They can jog their way. And USA is now 32 for no loss. Love this start here in the T20 match. Who is bowling? Right now, Mahbub is bowling. Glad to hear USA starting their own cricket league. I hope it will be the beginning of USA cricket. I as well. Got the 5th ball here. And that looks like that might be a cover draw. Nope. Fielder right there. Over 2 draw cover for a single run. Now 33 for no loss. That was a single run. Also, I think Americans should promote college cricket more than people will follow the game. Yeah, it's I would imagine that'd be difficult to do. All the ADs, the athletic directors of all colleges, especially Division I schools, Division II, Division III schools, their main priority is football because it's the biggest moneymaker. And it sucks. Oh, nice shot right past the fielder. That's going to be a boundary. Very, very nice. Just barely outstretched, past the outstretched fingers of Singapore. That was a very difficult play to make, but it could have been stopped. He was in grasp. I'm not sure if it went under his hand or whatever, but nice cover drive right there. Love to see it. And now you're talking about ending the over in grand fashion. 37 for no loss. I love that. I wish the score was a little bit bigger right here. It's right here. It's very small. 37 for no loss. I wonder if Crick Buzz can give us a bigger score. I know a lot of you are fans of not Crick Buzz, but I think the score is a little bigger. Let's see. No, their scoreboard is out of whack. They stink buckets right now. They got nothing going on. I don't know why. It's all the associate cricket games. I'm not sure what's going on with Crick Buzz. Need Peter to take care of that for us. We'll get back to this one. Sorry, the score is low. And there's a shot there, but it is stopped by the fielder. He has no interest in throwing it back in. They get their run, and he's okay with that. He's going to throw it back to the bowler after he put some shine on it. 38 for no loss after 19 balls. Let's get back to the chat. No DRS. The broadcast quality is a letdown. Last time broadcast was top notch. DRS costs a lot. I know, but this is ICC, right? I mean, come on. I have played for Singapore. Wow. Trinav, that's awesome. You played for Singapore. Congratulations. There's a boundary right there. If you're a Singapore fan, you don't want to see that. Patel is really, really crushing it. In the 5 or 6 matches I've watched from USA in the last several months, I have never seen Patel do too well. So this is very, very nice. Not trying to rhyme there. Nice to see right here. Cool for you that you played for Singapore. That's awesome. No third umpire either. Only cost 500 bribes. That seems expensive. I know all these players. That's crazy. How do they feel about no Tim David? Let me know about that. Ooh, nice shot. They have 4. I mean, I know it's a power play, but they have 4 fielders almost acting like a slip-like, but they're outside that, right at the line of that inner circle right there on the offside, right there at very short cover. And that ball went away from all of them. 3 of them, sorry, not 4. Very, very nice. Patel is already on the board. 29 for 12. Holy cow. 29 for 12. Give Stephen Taylor all the break possible. He's being very supportive in this partnership. Patel is feeling really good. 46 for no loss. And we haven't even got past 4 overs yet. That's going to be a quick run. And it did not hit the stumps. Ooh, quick run. That was close. $1 US equals 362 Zimbabwe dollars. Was almost 1-to-1 before Mugabe left his legacy. Oh my gosh. That is so sad. Han, thanks for the exchange rate there. Nick, your Parkinson's joke was so bad I only got it once you explained it, and it was kind of offensive. Yeah, I mean, if you know someone with Parkinson's disease, I get it. It's never meant to be offensive. It's just a joke. I thought it was pretty funny as a joke. Parkinson, hope he doesn't get the shakes. I mean, could be worse. Oh. So, I'm sorry. We got Prakash bowling right now for Singapore. And umpire says leg. Hit leg by, but he thought it was leg before wicket. Not this time. What about baseball? Not many world teams for baseball either. Why is that, Nick? There's a World Baseball Classic. I think it might have stopped because of money or whatever. It's a 4-year tournament where teams around the world, you got Korea, you got Japan, you got China, you got U.S., you got Cuba. Cuba's part of the U.S. Puerto Rico, you got kind of the same thing, right? But you have different countries, Argentina, South America, and whatnot, who were involved with that. Italy, even surprisingly enough. And they try to get that going, but there's not as much interest, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what exactly happened there. But there is World Baseball. But if you're going to compare it to World Cricket, it's not the same thing, right? But I was thinking about this. You can kind of make a similar comparison to cricket because you have your 4 or 5 or 6 maybe super strong teams, test status teams, and then everyone else is just kind of chasing them, right? Every once in a while, you get a Sri Lanka, get a few World Cups. Very impressive for them. But for the most part, it's 5 or 6 teams, and they dominate all of cricket. So before we get all excited about 30 to 40 different nations associated in test status nations in cricket, who's really giving chances to even Ireland, right? Who's giving chances to the Netherlands to win a World Cup? Who's giving chances to, I mean, even West Indies are struggling these days. I know they got a T20 World Cup like in 2016, not too long ago, but it's been since the 70s, the 80s, since they got, 70, 75, 79, since they got an ODI World Cup. So later, Mr. Nick, got a lot of meetings this AM. Love the commitment. Appreciate that. Come back if you can. Good luck on all your commitments. But, baseball is an American created sport, and a lot of countries have picked up. There's a lot of different baseball leagues in other countries. There's a KBO in Korea. There's a Japan league. There's a Chinese league. There's different leagues out there. I believe Australia has a baseball league, for crying out loud. It's not just an America thing, but, it is what it is. And don't sleep on a Korea or a Japan. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. What's the score on Google? It's the best. Watch the score on Google. It's the best. Okay. I'm a little behind on my stream. It is the end of 4 overs. They got 48 runs. Here's the first ball of the 5th over, and that's going to be a single run. Look at Crick Info is way ahead of my glitchy stream here. Not very impressed with the stream. The score is 54 for no loss. USA will win. I hope so. Can you use the browser zoom feature to zoom in and out of the scoreboard on the page? I can, and I was thinking about there's a boundary right over the fielder's head, like a 6 or 7 bounce boundary right there. But it was literally over the fielder's head to bounce. It went a long way before it started hitting the ground, and it died. So there's the boundary right there. Very, very nice. That makes it 54. And right on the onside there. I can zoom in, but then you kind of miss the other information. Right? We can do that and get most of these guys right here. Let me know how that is. A little better, right? What's the holdup? Not sure what Gabe means by that, but appreciate Gabe being in the chat. Maybe what's the holdup for Gabe getting here? Ha. No Tim David carried them to the stage and left them when they need him the most. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. So we got an explanation. Would it be funny if Australia have to play Singapore and Tim David selected for Australia? Ooh, ouch. I see how it is. Classic baseball next in 2023. I don't know about that. If Gabe was here, he could talk all about it. Nice straight drive right there. Oh, a fielder comes out of nowhere, and they will get the second run. Ooh, yeah, that was quick running. That looked like that was going to be an easy boundary. The fielder came out of nowhere from that camera angle. And right now, I forgot to mention it, we are in the 5th over, but we got Rupak Puri as the bowlers get up 9 right now. He was having a good over until that. And this last ball is going to give them, is it even a run? Are they going to take even a run? I'm not sure. We'll see what the score is after this over. More glitching. Gabe says, hello, CFA Nation. The ICC made cricket too exclusive now. They are learning from their mistakes. Yes. Are you proud that an English game like baseball is popular in Japan? Han Solo, how dare you? Do they even have a baseball league in Japan? What's up, Krishna? How are you doing? He says, hello, Gabe and Nick. I appreciate you putting Gabe there first, even though he's not in the stream right now. But what's up? Appreciate that. I'm used to it. Whatever. Okay, so Sharia gives you the lineup right there for USA. Ooh, Ali Khan's in the side. I thought he was injured. Ooh, very, very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Mohatra, Singh. I think that's a fantastic first 5. Taylor, Patel, Jones, Mohatra, Singh. Ooh, my goodness. Yeah, Marty Kane. I've seen him bowled live. Yeah, there's no Ali Khan. You got me excited for no reason. He's on the bench. How dare you? Go away. No one cares about your advertisement there. 57 for no loss after 5 overs. That's a great first 5 overs. Let's see if they can get to 70 in the power play. That would be amazing. And there's another boundary. Oh, my gosh. Stephen Taylor is now crushing it. First it was Patel. Now it's Taylor with a few boundaries in his last few balls. Unless that was just a replay. Oh, my gosh. No, that was the replay. Oh, my gosh. It happened, and they showed the replay. 61 for no loss. There we go. What if India started playing baseball? What does India need to do to grow baseball here? They need to care about it. Any sport you start country-wide is going to be expensive. They need to care about it. And I think with so much, now, I know hockey I think is bigger than cricket actually in India, national sport. But with so much interest in cricket, I think it would be like a slap in the face if they try to start baseball. They might find they actually like it. Rusty Thrawn played for the Rajasthan Royals. Very nice. I think he's South African, right? Yeah, baseball is super popular with leagues in South Korea and Japan. Nick, they were playing baseball in England before Jamestown existed. It was always mostly played by kids and only had a pro league in the late 1880s until soccer became far more popular. I appreciate you calling it soccer. You called it correctly. I was surprised to hear that in Jack's on the Dibbly Dobbly podcast, in Jack's interview, that Australia calls it soccer. Ooh. Man, this broadcast is so bad, but there's a 6 right there from Stephen Taylor. It kept cutting in and out. They are crushing Singapore. Now, Singapore gave up 235 in their previous matchup, their first matchup against Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's net run rate is 5.5 for crying out loud. It's ridiculous. Stephen Taylor. There's trees out there, beautiful, and they're getting close to these trees, hitting these trees. Baseball is popular in Japan, and cricket is taught among baseball players there. Only baseball players can play a little bit of cricket there because of similarities. Yeah. Very nice, Dibbly Dobbly. Aussie rules. Now, I heard in an interview, Chris Evans, it was an interview. It was a game he was playing with Taika Waititi, the director of Love and Thunder. Chris Evans kept calling it Aussie rules rugby. Now, I think I know enough about AFL that you don't call it Aussie rules rugby. Aussie rules football. Let me know if I'm right about that. Nick is asking if Japan has... No, not Japan. Not Japan. I know Japan has a league. England. Has he never seen Mr. Yeah, it's a bad movie. I do not like that movie. It's very boring. But I know that Japan has a league. That's probably how I first learned about it. There's a wide there. I'm sorry the broadcast is in and out for me, but right now it's in. Bhaskaran is bowling. His first over is already given up 11 runs. Ooh, and 3 balls. Ouch. One of those also being added to that was a wide. He's given up a 6 and a 4, and they're going to take just 1 safe run there. So now he's going up 12. The score, we can get to that 7 like I was asking for. Awesome. With the game of Rounders. I'm familiar with the movie Rounders, but not the game. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. If USA can get that win, ooh, that would be some kind of nice. Okay, here is the 5th ball. That could have been a wide if it was left. Patel did not want to leave it. He wants 2 runs, and he's going to get him easily. He was really hustling out of the gate. Stephen Taylor had a better view of where the ball was. He knew he had plenty of time. He walked. They had the ball on the other side of the stumps, and he walked to his crease still. He's lucky they weren't trying to get cheeky with that and try to get him out. Thoughts on Bob's ball, Nick? I still don't know a lot about it. I get this question asked all the time. I'm excited for anyone that's excited about it. I'm excited about it because England has a new lease on life, thank goodness. Especially their test team. Only their test team because that's the only one he's coaching. The approach is working for him. I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's luck. I don't know what it is, but it's working for him right now. Keep it going. Keep it going. That comeback against India was extremely impressive. USA is now 72 for no loss. 72 for no loss. Right there, you see it. No wickets lost in the power play. 72 runs in the power play. Stephen Taylor or Patel, they're both contributing. I mean, it's insane. Get out of my face, Ad. It's absolutely insane. Look at this. 176 strike rate for Taylor, 189 for Patel, the captain. So impressive. Let me know what this little plus right here means. Is that just the thing for captain? I thought C was for captain. What is this like little cross right here? This little T next to the captain on Crick Info. I've always wondered what that thing is for. Are you watching it live? Yes, I'm watching it live on Willow. On my broadcast, they just end the power play. And you got Bhaskaran coming in for his second over his first. Sorry, he just ended his first over, 15 runs. You have Rupak Puri in for his second over. He gave up 9, which if you look at the scoreboard for the bowlers, 9 is not looking too bad. And as I say that, he's given up. Oh, woo, nice fielding by the fielder by Singapore there. That should have been a boundary. They got 2 out of it, so he increases economy rate. Here's the economy rates from all the bowlers. He has not thrown a wide, and he has the lowest economy rate. But that was a nice fielding play. If you could have seen it, it was bouncing on that grass quite nicely. And he was able to one-hand it off the grass. That could have been a wide if he left it maybe, but he hit it, and luckily it was in a safe spot. Could have been caught if it was hit a little harder, and that should be just a single run there. But that fielder just kind of timed that bounce, picked it up right in front of the boundary. Very, very nice. Prevented 2 runs there. A+ is a wicket keeper. Oh, thank you so much. Let's go. USA should get total before Gabe shows up. Yeah. No fault of his own. No fault of his own. It's 1 o'clock. It did start at 12:30, so that does bode well for him. He's on strike. That's why it's showing. No, I think it's the wicketkeeper. Josh Butler is a huge baseball fan. I knew he was a smart guy. The English soccer team, Derby County's old stadium, was called the Baseball Ground. Have a guess at what was played there before soccer. Tiddlywinks? Rounders? Oh, what a catch. And that is crushing. Catches the captain. There's your first wicket, Singapore. There's your first wicket. Patel was living dangerously, skying those balls all the way short of the boundary. And that was a nice catch. Dove forward, 2 hands extended to make that catch. Oh, Rupak Puri goes kind of over the wicket, not really around the wicket, goes over the wicket, I believe. And that had a nice long length to it. The line was right there with the middle stump. And Patel gets himself out. Gets himself out. Didn't get enough juice on it. Very nice play by the fielders. Had some dodgy fielding here for Singapore. That was very nice to get the captain. He put up a decent score, but man, he was just 21 balls. He was getting set. I did not watch Wimbledon. I like tennis, but I did not watch Wimbledon. It's over, he says. What's up, Kapil? Nice to see you. Bet King, thanks for joining the stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe, gentlemen and ladies. USA should win it without any fuss. Hope so. So you lose Patel, which means you should be getting, oh my goodness gracious. It's Aaron Jones. Yes, yeah, Aaron Jones. Broadcast told me. A Major League Baseball game was played. Yeah, I remember that actually. I think I do. I think that was recently. Can USA qualify for the World Cup? They can. So in this tournament, we have 8 teams battling out Qualifier B, they're calling it, ICC World Cup for the World Cup in Australia, T20. And the first ball right there after the wicket gets past one fielder, not the second fielder. Aaron Jones is on the board, and he got 2 runs off it. Nice. They kept running, got 2 runs on his first ball. There you go, Aaron Jones. That's the way to start off. Rupak Puri got the wicket. He's been their best economy rate-wise and now wicket-wise bowler for Singapore. So if USA is part of the 2 top teams out of these 8 in this tournament, they move on to that group stage. So they can qualify for the World Cup. Next year, they'll get an automatic qualification as being one of the host nations with the Caribbean, West Indies. Another 2 runs there, or is that just a replay? I think it's another 2 runs. I think the score on the TV is off. Why in the world is this doing this? Hold on. All right, 7 overs in the book. They got 8 on that over. Still not bad for a middle over. 80 for 1 loss. They lost 1 wicket in that over. And Rupak Puri took that wicket. And so he has got his team in the wicket column. Monank went down 39 off 22. Not too bad. I thought Aaron Jones was doing some scoring. They had his name on there, but apparently those two doubles were from Stephen Taylor. I apologize. Not my fault. I'm blaming the broadcasts. Just like that, my light goes out. How dare they? Kyrgios is being criticized for wearing his red cap. I don't know that story. There will not be a watch along for England and India. Sorry about that. More sloppy fielding. Man, they made the great catch. That might have been the same fielder. I'm not exactly sure, but can't pick up that cleanly. UK has two baseball governing bodies, but they hate each other. So the sport is very much amateur here. Maybe if the USA had a top level or two below A ball, that would be the top level here. Ooh, that's too bad. USA is a really good team. They will qualify. Ooh, I like your optimism. 4 teams will qualify, right? Well, yes, but there's B and there's A. This is qualifier B, so only 2 from these 8. Thanks for the clarification. Lords had a baseball game, but it was 100 years ago during World War I. Isn't that crazy? That was 100 years ago, World War I. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Not that I was alive back then, but I always remember thinking about like 80, 90 years ago. Oh my goodness. Which teams USA will play in the qualifier? So there's 8 total teams. I'm guessing they're going to play them all. I don't know exactly the structure. We'll look at the schedule in just a second. This is the 8th over. They got 2 runs so far in 2 balls. And that is swatted down. Cannot be picked up cleanly. Oh my goodness. Singapore. Was USA even running there? That's the question. Now Aaron Jones is on the board. Yeah, that was a dot ball. They could have got 1 run easily by the sloppy fielding, but it was a dot. They chose not to run. So you have Papua New Guinea, you have Uganda, you have Zimbabwe, you have U.S., you have Singapore, Hong Kong, Netherlands, you have Jersey. Here's the ball coming right now. They are going to run this one. They should get maybe 2 runs if they really want to hustle. And I'm not sure if I said Singapore yet. Not sure if I said Singapore. So those are the 8 teams. 2 of them will move on. Let's see the schedule. What are they calling this nonsense? There we go. There's another shot right there, right to a fielder. Should be a single run. Should be 85 for 1 loss now. Here we go. All right, so here's the schedule for this tournament. Right now, I failed to mention. Ooh, Zimbabwe's already lost 3 wickets. Look at that. Jersey, who USA beat yesterday, they've taken 3 wickets. Zimbabwe scored only 66 runs and almost half their overs. Very interesting development there. Hong Kong, Netherlands, Papua New Guinea, Uganda is playing also today. And then on Thursday, get a day off. All the teams do. Here's the schedule. USA, Zimbabwe. That's a big matchup right there. Jersey, Singapore. And there's a boundary right there for Stephen Taylor. What else is new? Put on the board. Yes. Ucho was bowling a very nice over. Only 5 runs. Now he's getting up 9 runs in his second over. Better than his first over for sure. 89 for no loss right there. I don't think the wicketkeeper would have had a chance on that boundary right there. It seemed like it was angled diagonal from him and over his head, but okay. And then let's see, the teams after that will be announced. So they haven't set the schedule yet. That's unfortunate. Let's get back to the comment section. Format is simple. Top 2 teams from both groups qualify semifinals. The winners of each semifinal will go to the T20 World Cup. Yeah, the semifinals. But I thought the the 4 teams go on to that group stage, part of those 8 teams. And they will battle it out there. And I thought the top 4 teams, 2 of each group, go on to the World Cup. Baseball League and Baseball Union. Even Byline. 90 years ago. USA only play 3 games in group stage in the semifinal. Oh, so they get to play Zimbabwe in the group stage. Fantastic. Another boundary right there. I'll take it. Aaron Jones. USA is really making a statement here. Holy cow. Gabe did say a while ago, if USA qualify, he's booking his flights to Australia. I'm holding him to that. I thought you knew Gabe better than that, Jihan. I think he meant if they're going to the final. And even then, I'm not sure. Good luck with that. Gosh, these Singapore fielders cannot catch the ball off the grass without dropping it a few times, every single time. Not like a drop, but it bounces on the pitch before it gets to them, and they drop it every time. Yeah, I see what you did there. Very nice. How's cricket infrastructure in the USA? Is young kids willing to play cricket? As far as I know, no one talks about it. Unless you come from a family that knows about cricket, it's not one of those things that's highly accessible. I sign up my youngest with different leagues. He likes playing sports, and cricket's never an option. USA will play with only Pool A teams. Hong Kong and Zimbabwe are going to qualify. Okay, those are his 2 teams. Where does this match streaming on? I'm watching on Willow. Sports Journal says fan code in India. If Zimbabwe loses, USA will have a good chance to qualify. Yeah, I would say so. If they win this match and they play him again. Yeah, because you're right. Because if they lose and then if USA beats them, then they should be probably not even into the semifinals. In my opinion, Netherlands are probably the favorites. Ooh, Netherlands. They, they tried and tested, that's for sure. Which ground match are happening? So this one is Bulawayo. The other match. Oh, the camera's not following the ball, but it looks like there's a second wicket there. USA's lost their second wicket. Just as I go to look at where the other matches are being played. They're both being played in Bulawayo. I'm not sure what the ground is. Any live stream of the game? Well, I'm live streaming it right now. What's up, Ozja? Good to see you in the chat. He says, how are you guys all doing? Jack responds. So, again, the camera stayed still, did not follow the ball, did not track the ball at all. So, I don't know. I think it was a catch. I'm not sure they lost a wicket. 95 after 9 overs have lost 2 wickets. And that was Aaron Jones, unfortunately. Came in 10 runs, 10 balls, 1 boundary, 1 4, and loses his wicket. Same exact thing. Second verse, same as the first. Prakash gets the catch. Puri bowls it. So Puri continues to be their strongest bowler so far. You can look at the scorecard right here. The lowest economy rate, the most wickets, no wides. No one's thrown a no ball so far. 3 overs, so they have to survive Puri for 1 more over. He's already bowled 3 in the first 9. And now we have they'll move Puri off there. Now we have Uchel in his 3rd over. He's already given up 23 runs. We want Bhaskaran back. Bring him back. I think now I see why Jihan's talking about Mahbub's name. I think I know where he's going there with that. As long as Taylor stays, the USA have a great chance. Yes, but don't forget they have Muhatra, who's in there right now, and my man Gujanan Singh. Absolutely fantastic. Taylor gets a single run there, 96 for 2. After the first ball of the 10th over. Let's see, where's my scorecard at? Go away. There we go, 96 for 2. And this is telling me that the next ball is going to be a dot ball. If Gabe goes to Australia, it'll be like that episode. Yeah, they want to see which way the toilet water flows. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I love The Simpsons. Fan code sucks. A little defend there by Malhotra on his first ball. And Uchul so far has given up a single, hadn't given up a dot. Spoiler alert, Rex. Spoiler alert. I have not gotten there yet. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. We're watching qualifier action for the World Cup for Associate Nations. Got to support the Associate Nations. Got to show them the love. You just got to do it. And is it going to be another dot ball? No. It's going to be a boundary, baby. There you go, Malhotra, on the board. This is the man who got 6 sixes in an over last year. Beautiful piece of work from him. One of the few guys in history that's been able to do it. And he gets a boundary on his second ball. Very, very quick shot there. Very nice. Why is Neil not playing? I don't know who Neil is, but I'm not sure. And there's a nice little slow roller. Are they going to steal a run? I think they did. 101 now. 101 for 2 loss is the score. Oh, no. How dare you be a spoiler alert, Crick Info. How dare you? Simpsons all the way. I haven't given Family Guy the kind of chance I gave The Simpsons. I grew up with The Simpsons. I love the first 8 or 9 seasons. After that, it kind of goes, it's just okay. Then it just gets really bad. And there's a 6 from Stephen Taylor in someone's backyard, for crying out loud. Oh, it hit the roof. Wow. The roof. The roof was hit by the ball. That was so bad. Oh, he hits that on the leg side. That 6 is beautiful. Stephen Taylor is 3 away from a half century already. Neil's my friend, should be opening the bowling for Singapore. Gotcha. That's so awesome. This guy has played for the Singapore team. But I love The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. They're so hilarious. I think about different Simpsons episodes all the time. They mentioned the PSL. I'm sure they do. Yes, they are definitely classic. Oh, 7 for 2 loss. The last ball of the 10th over. Ucho bowls it. And Taylor just kind of, swing there, shot. And it goes for a boundary. It's a slow roller. And they're at 111 for 2. Taylor gets his half century. Put on the board. Yes. 50 runs, 25 balls, 51 runs, 25 balls. He's just continuing where he left off yesterday, where he got 101 on 55. He is crushing it, ladies and gentlemen. Test cricket, ODI 220. Pick up your favorite format. Those who have been CFA Nation for life know Test is my favorite. Keeping it real, like that name. Yep, would be great if you guys pick up documentaries about Associate Nation and react to them. That would be awesome. Nick, Indy will travel to Zimbabwe next month for an ODI. Oh, 3-match series. That's awesome. Gabe did a Nancy Kerrigan on Neil. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. I wonder if anyone in the chat does not get that reference. The way Taylor's been playing, going to be in franchise leagues soon. Oh my gosh. He's out of control. I think someone was saying on the broadcast that he made his debut at 15. I think for the West Indies. I don't know exactly. No, I think he's born in the U.S. I don't know. He's fantastic, though. Okay, here's Puri. Oh, man, he got survived. This is his last over. He's their Rashid Khan right now, the way he's bowling. And they're acting like it. Malhotra has defended 2 balls in a row like it was test. First 2 balls are dots. First 2 balls are defended by Malhotra. He's not messing around. Yeah, Taylor was born in the U.S. Thank you. Either that or Neil is tied up in a trunk of a limo. Hey, Nick, if you want me to jump on, I can bit for a talk about Associate Nation. Be more than happy if you want me to. I will let you know. I think Gabe should be on pretty soon, but I appreciate the suggestion. I'll keep that in mind. Keep messing with the score. Sorry about that. Germs and gents. All right, let's see. Oh, Malhotra with a 6. Woo, almost hit the American flag. Wow, he crushed that ball. I'm not gonna lie. I love this ground here in Zimbabwe. I love it. It would be like something, and I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm being serious. It is very unique, very awesome. It's like something that you would see in like the village cricket field. You got the buildings around there. You got different like warehouses and whatever houses and whatnot. But it's a beautiful pitch. It's a beautiful cricket ground. You got trees around. It's absolutely gorgeous. Standing room only. Standing room only. And I'm just saying, as long as Gabe's not here, we're good to go because he is the worst of the worst. If he jumps on in the next 5 minutes, then I'm going to start crying because I would enjoy my time without him because he's excuse me. Never mind. Sorry. I take all that back. See, the joke is I can see him in the StreamYard. He's getting ready right now. He's getting his makeup done. So I'm just joking around. Be good to have him on here. Compare IPL with NBA on every aspect. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking me to do right there. The IPL is a big money-making league, 100%. NBA makes a whole lot of money. IPL does not even come close to the contracts that these NBA players have. The Lakers, the team I support, one of the best teams of all time. One of the second most championships of all time. They are paying probably their third best player $50 million this year. 50. I'm not talking about for the next 10 years. I'm talking about this next year, $50 million. You understand that? $50 million. The IPL is not quite there. And I'm not saying that's good or bad for the IPL. It's just, it's hard to compare, right? But they're two very rich leagues. The NBA has grown. Talk about baseball growing worldwide or the lack thereof. The NBA has done a great job growing worldwide. You have European leagues. You have all different things. You have players everywhere. Watch the movie Hustle on Netflix. It's a fantastic movie. But I'll tell you how you could, and it's fictional. I get it. But that can give you the idea of how you can find great talent all over the world in NBA players. Let's see the score of Zimbabwe as USA. I'm just talking right here, and they just keep scoring. 11 overs, 119 on the screen.
Oh, CFA Nation.
Oh, my word. Look who's here.
What's good, cuzzo?
There's other boundary. Your boy Steven Taylor's got 56 now. He had a century yesterday. He's got a half century so far today. They survived Puri's overs. He got 2 wickets, the only 2 wickets so far. Now it's time to tee off. What's up? What's happening, Gabe?
Watching USA here, holding court, cousin. I had to throw on the festive shirt along with the USA cricket cap. 40 in the chat was good. Gary, Han, of course. Who else is in here? Steve, Gary, Krishna, Dibley was good, people. USA's what, 123 for 2? Is that correct, Nick? In the 11th over here?
I think it's 127 now, but yeah, something like that.
Oh my. Well, I'm watching on Willow, and as usual, it's always behind.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, it's been bad. It's been glitching like nonstop. It's behind by at least a ball or two. But it is what it is.
Look at Suman. Suman says, knock knock, who's there? Who's here? Mushmania is in the chat now. USA gonna lose a wicket. You watch your mouth. You know what's funny too? I was trying to figure out the right moment to come in. I got home like maybe 5-10 minutes ago. Fixed me a cup of Joe as I just got off my 7-hour shift of work. Left a little early to be here. But brah, I was like, man, I know the minute I go on, something bad's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's happening all the time. If USA ends up losing this match, you know whose fault it is.
My fault. Of course it's my fault. Of course.
Because they are, as you would say, they are holding court right now.
And man, it's excited to see, you know, I was just listening to the commentators talking about, Nick, how USA is not just playing, but they're here to make a statement. And, you know, in the last 36 hours, they are making a statement, man. I'm excited. Right? It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30. My man Nick been streaming. Well, dude, and even though stream online was behind, because I had put what's going on, and it's because I went to go watch it on Quick.
Oh, drop catch! Oh, drop catch right at the boundary. He was standing. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but Steven Taylor hit it right at the boundary. Would have been a 6 if the guy literally wasn't standing right there where the ball was coming.
Steven Taylor.
And it was hit right to him, and he dropped it. He had it in his hand.
That was a bomb he hit too.
Yeah, I don't think it was one of those things where he caught it and he threw it in the air. I think it was a straight out drop. Wow. Lucky. Nick, where's your USA cap? I wish I had one. It's I can't even find it on Amazon, ladies and gentlemen. Gabe, he got that from the match we went to because he was an early bird and he went there early like a smart man. I did not go there early. He got the last cap they had. I went everywhere. I was talking to the PR guy. Can I buy a hat? I gotta have one. Those hats are nice. And he said no because they're changing their kit. When? I don't know. When can I buy it? I have no idea, but that's the answer to that.
Gabe, thoughts on Australia's crushing defeat in Sri Lanka? Still drew the series, but that was painful viewing. The worst nightmare watching batting collapse against spin in the subcontinent. You know what? Honestly, the batting collapse, you don't mind so much. But what did they put up? 500 plus runs. I remember at one point checking the scores, and Sri Lanka's absolutely hamming them. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Listen. It was ugly. It was ugly. I know people were crushing Nick on his jokes, but they should have given all the Australian bowlers the number to a woman's battered shelter, right? Because they all took some abuse out there. It was ugly. It was ugly. I figured, you know, it can't be as bad as your usual puns and jokes. You know what I mean? But it was that bad. It was that. Somebody give that dude the number to like a help center or something like that, because it was ugly. It was ugly. I can't even.
Jihan wants to put a poll on there about my Parkinson's joke being a little too offensive. He wants to cancel me. Cancel culture. Han says if Gabe was a true friend, he would have given that hat to you, Nick. Oddly enough, Han, Gabe did offer it to me. It was like the first thing he said. Here, you can have it if you want. And that's just the kind of guy Gabe is. He offered to me right away. I said, no, man. Like, you're going to go to a match early. They're going to give you a hat. I can't take that. But he offered to me right away.
I did. But, you know, Nick didn't want to take it. We tried to get him. We tried to buy one out there, but we just couldn't. But we're super excited for USA, man. It's crazy because you figure USA match, right? USA times. Nope. In the middle of the night, but it's all good. It's all good.
This is being played in Zimbabwe, so that's why.
Now, Steven Taylor, man. You know, I remember when I was talking to Aaron Jones. Shout out Aaron Jones, friend of the channel. You know what I mean? On Twitter. Anyway, haven't been able to get him on yet, but Aaron Jones talked about Steven Taylor. Like, this kid is special. This kid's bat is special, and even speaking to the law firm, right? Hayden Walsh Jr., one of the most exciting players USA has, is Steven Taylor. And I'm excited to see.
Drop that one. Didn't drop that one. He just ended Steven. That's a different fielder. Ended Steven Taylor's day. Got 58 runs off 30. He did his job absolutely as an opener. And now that's the third wicket that's fallen. 128 for US, but they still have more than 7 overs to go.
Was that me just mushing Steven Taylor there?
Exactly. Who are you just talking about? Thanks, Ozjad. Appreciate that. Come on, man.
The kid is good, though. The kid is good.
Killing me, Smalls. 128 for 3 loss. I gotta get the scoreboard on here since I can't show. I wish StreamYard let us do it where we don't have to be like all super teeny tiny like this,
It's all good. We could keep that view for a second because, I think the inquiring minds want to know what's going on. We got Steven Taylor, 58 off 31, 187 strike rate. That's T20 right there, baby. A little Patel, 39 off 22. Aaron Jones, vice captain, 10 off 10. And Malhotra is currently batting 15 for 13, not out. Got to pick up that.
And my man Singh is in there, baby. Come on, Singh. We need you to last. Need you to the last. Now, I'm not like where he throws away his wicket at times, but he has those quick innings sometimes like Pont, but he also scores some serious runs like Pont. So in that way, he's similar, but not in the way where he's careless and reckless with the bat. Gabe, you would have gone nuts over umpiring calling Sean Namahl, Nick behind on 30, went on to make 200. Some really dodgy umpiring. You would have been shot at the screen.
Dude, I've heard that there's been a lot of dodgy umpiring lately. In a lot of the games, people are unhappy with the umpiring. But then again, what else is new? Umpiring is always dodgy.
Yeah. When has it ever been good? 13 overs. That was a very, very good over. Wow. By Bhaskaran in his second over. Look at this. He's only gave up 2 runs. He gave up 15 his first over in the power play. This time only 2 runs and a wicket. Much more improved for him. And that's USA's really first bad over of the match.
Lost the wicket in that over, an important wicket, and Mr. Steven Taylor. But again, we still have more Mohicans to go. All right, it's not the last yet.
And Zimbabwe, they're now 100 for 5 loss. That's music to my ears. We need Zimbabwe to lose. No offense, Zimbabwe, but they already have the net run rate lead. They have the lead in the standings. 1 win with USA because of that net run rate. We need them to lose. It's like the guy said in Little Big League, you're a good human being, but I need you to die like a dog.
Man, and I hate Quick Buzz because Quick Buzz is so behind. They still have it in the 11th over, Nick.
I was going to say, last time I checked, they had no score at all. Jeez, it was like in the 8th over, they had no score. I don't know why they hate us so much. What did we ever do to them?
Is that a boundary? Nope, that's not a boundary.
Don't even think about this. Don't even think about saying collapse. I know what you're doing there. You're typing it 1 letter at a time.
Easy there.
The bowling has gotten better. USA's been scoring at will. The bowling's gotten better. Listen, even if they scored no more runs for the next 2 overs, they still are going to the death with a score of 130. That, gets them primed for like a 180 score or something like that, 190. If USA qualify as runner-up, they'll have to play Sri Lanka. If they qualify as winner, they'll have to play West Indies. Which would you prefer? Oh, my gosh.
Ooh. You know what, man?
There's another ball that's close to a boundary, but no, now they can hold on to the balls here and field it nicely. Gujran Singh is finally on the board with a run.
I think West Indies. I think, I rock with the West Indies. I'm from the Caribbean, but I think USA might have a better chance against West Indies because what USA strength is the batting, right? And the West Indies bowling isn't the best. But Sri Lanka has some. Whoa, they got some arms, Scott. Woo.
Oh, yeah. You know what's crazy, Gabe, is talking about the WTC for this year. It's Australia's first loss in the Test WTC out of their 7 matches.
And there's a boundary.
And it puts them in second place in the standings, in the rankings. South Africa's ahead of them, and they've had 2 losses. Go figure that. That is a nice boundary right there, finally. Got 49 in the chat. Please don't forget, if you've not done so yet, to go ahead and like this stream. We like you. You like us. It's a beautiful thing. We got 80 likes so far. We want to get that higher. Everyone that's hit that like button has hit the like button, so we appreciate that 100%. Crick Buzz, I think they do hate it. I think they do.
Nick, this is classic. I need to know. Give me some backstory on this one. West Indies got through instead of Scotland due to not having no DRS.
Oh yeah, because associate nations don't get the DRS. It's too expensive.
You got to be kidding.
So ICC hates themselves with associate cricket.
Han, send us an Instagram link, Nick, where we could get some USA merch.
Sweet. Thanks, Han. Appreciate that.
Han's the best when it comes to that. Thank you, Han.
At least someone treats me right.
Jody and I mean, okay, we don't treat you right. We treat you the way you're supposed to be treated. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my gosh. The hate is real.
Just a little bit.
I love it. I'm like, I can't find any kind of merch. And Han's like, 3 seconds later.
3 seconds later.
Ooh, the bowler. The bowler literally bowled the ball. The ball was hit right back at him, and he just like plopped down, almost like a goalie. The leg save in a beaut. Yeah, this is all the old USA merch, which I appreciate. I don't know when they're going to get the new stuff. But they even got some India gear. Oh my gosh, the official Team India hoodie, $100. USA track jacket, $40.
Ooh, I like that. I might have to order me one of those. We might have to go in the CFA coffers.
You love going in the coffers. This guy reaches in the coffers like every other week, and like, there's nothing in there, Nick. What's going on?
Well, you guys do a squad review of World Cup like you did the IPL. Ooh, that's a good question. I think the
probably not, but it's a good idea.
We're more familiar with the players from the IPL than we are. I mean, the World Cup would be tough. Like so many different guys. I mean, we do okay with Australia, England, but definitely. Oh, like 3 times.
My gosh. So the score, I'm getting off track right here. You have it right there. So that's good. 140 for 3. Appreciate that, Ozjon. You should be getting back to work, though.
Come on. Now, what's a good score on these grounds? What is a good score? I've never seen cricket in where do we say we are? We're in Zimbabwe, Nick?
Yeah.
So are Zimbabwe low-scoring grounds or high-scoring grounds? Help us out, guys.
Well, I've heard that some matches are high, some are low, and some are in between.
It's so different. It should have been a boundary.
He didn't get it. That's okay.
It went right over my head, bro. It's too late for me to catch those puns. But you know what? Because it's the first thing I think of Zimbabwe. I'm like, all right, South Africa, and we've seen South Africa yield some ridiculous scores, bro. So I'm like, I don't know if this is a good score. You should be breaking at least with $180, 200, right?
Yeah, I would think so. They now they're at 145 going into the death. Okay, so they've really been slowed down the last few overs, and but you would think at least if you get anything less than 180, that would be a disappointment. That'd only be 35 runs in the death here. I want to get at least 40, 45. But again, you don't really know how high scoring it is until both teams bat. So I always assume the worst. So I'm assuming it's going to be a high-scoring wicket today. And so USA's got to pack on those points, the runs.
Jihan says, to be fair, I'd much rather lose to Sri Lanka than England, India, or South Africa. I just hope Sri Lanka stop being mediocre and start beating other teams too. They have Pakistan next. I hope they beat them. That's hilarious. But Jihan,
somehow I'm not surprised about that.
Jihan, you don't want to call the team that just beat us, all right? Because I root for Australia. Mediocre, then that was, you know what I mean? Like, what does that make us? Like, you know what I mean? Mediocre? Come on.
Well, because Australia fan can say, "Oh yeah, but it was a subcontinent." Come on.
Listen. The batting collapse is one thing, but when your bowlers are getting pumped, I mean, it's oof.
There's a nice shot there, but of course the fielder's right there. They're going to sneak 2 runs, and they're going to get them. 147 for 3. The first ball, the Desert I'm talking about. Get 2 runs on the very first ball. We got Prakash bowling only his second over. All right. I can get a USA playing cap on the official website for $16. Sweet.
That is sweet.
And there is not a boundary. I don't think they're going to take 2. No, they'll just take a single run on that.
I mean, Nick, I get it. He's a spinner, but Nathan Lyon gave up almost 200 runs, bro. 200 runs. Now, his economy rate was only 3.
What did he bowl? Like 150 overs?
Yeah, 64 overs. But he gave up 194 runs. Bro, that's like, honestly, I think that you got to get on the couch with Dr. Blasphemer after you give up a $194. Woo! When you give up double tons, that's a tough day at the office, cousin. Oh, it's a tough day.
200 runs is a lot. You know what I always say, Gabe? You don't want to give up 200 runs in a test match.
I was going to say, well, at least it's not 300. Bowling coach calls you in, and he's like, hey, Nick, what's going on? You gave up 194 runs. I mean, I could already see Nick's answer. 200. You know what I mean? What? Not 200. Oh, that's classic.
I thought you were going to give me a reward for not being 300. Did you hear about the New Zealand-Ireland match? Ireland scored 300 in an ODI match. Oh, it really moved those hips quickly. And is that a 4 or a 6? It's a 4.
That's a 4.
Boundary by Mohatra gets him to 30 right there. Ireland was up. They had 300 runs. Then they had New Zealand at 160 for 5. New Zealand chased him with the second to last ball in an ODI match. Oh, my goodness.
You see the space? Shenanigans.
Here's a comment for you.
Who had money on that game?
You did?
Nathan Lyon was doing a brilliant Don Best. I love it.
All right, so that's a single run there. So 154.
154
for 3. 1 ball left in the over. Precautions get up a run on every single ball. The boundary really hurts him.
Come on.
Mohatra's really looked like he's come into his own here.
Nick, Zimbabwe is in trouble. The announcers just messed it. I'm like, come on, Zimbabwe.
Come on,
Kryptonite. You got to root for another team to lose.
Dude, they scored 235 against a team that USA is playing right now in their last match. Now, after 17 overs, they scored 115. Now, they're hoping that they're playing against a team that's like the Tridents of old. They're hoping.
And at a 16th over with a nice score. Nick, what about Syria Kamar Yada? Sky, baby. You know what? A century. That's what, cousin. In a T20 game. He's looking around like, is there no one else? Apparently, nobody else showed up to play that day. Other than Sky. Just saying. Oh, Sky. Bro.
He was a thing of beauty.
That is a thing of beauty.
And like I've been saying since the beginning, I've been his biggest fan, and I've been rooting for him, and I knew he'd have this kind of stuff.
Oh, you shut your mouth! How dare you? You know what? Now that's why me and Jody treat you the way we do. That's why we treat you the way we do. How dare you?
I bring it upon myself.
Sky, it is not true. I've been the numero uno American fan the entire time. This guy likes himself some Rohit and other guys. Oh, you know what? That's just.
Didn't you get banned on Twitter because of the mean things you were saying about Sky? Highly offensive.
Not against Sky, against others, but it wasn't Sky.
Yeah, Sky's knock was brilliant. It was so nice. I was able to watch like the last 30 or so runs of it as I was waking up, sleeping in. It was so nice to see. He was so upset when he got out because he hit it, but not hard enough, not far enough. They caught it. The celebration from the fielder that caught it was unreal. He knew that was the biggest wicket right there. And they were chasing a huge total. They were so extra wide, so far behind.
210. Yeah,
but he was so mad. Yeah, but at one point they were like 60 runs on like 20 balls or some nonsense. But man, he was so mad because he knew he was in the zone.
Wide.
Malhotra's 39 for 25. USA 163 for 3. Got a 6 on the first ball this over. I missed it.
Rex says, there you go. I'm telling you guys, all Indians will be there in LA 2028 once cricket got into the Olympics. I'm telling you, I keep hearing about it and I'm excited. Nick, have you ever been to an Olympic game before?
No. You think I want to be around all those crazy people?
Well, you know, it's crazy because, and obviously I didn't qualify. Come on. But I lost at the, what was it? Regionals or city, state? So you start Golden Gloves, right? So first you actually got to get through your
that's in local. The air. That's going to be caught. Yeah, no, easy catch. Gujranat Singh once again. He has a short innings.
But he was 10 on 10, Nick. So right, I think he's hurting us more than helping us. So turn over the torch because you know when you're back, you got 100 strike rate and you're in the death right now. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. I'd rather you turn it over to he could not get on it. It wasn't actually a good ball, as they're mentioning, but top edge. So who's up now?
This is not updated the score, but it should be. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on.
Okay, they already mentioned it. Marty Kane, the left-hander.
Oh, Kane. Yeah, we saw him in Florida. This guy can rake it. He can hit some sixes. Good guy to get in the death.
But
the first ball, he hits it for a 6.
Oh,
that should be a 6.
That's what I'm saying.
Bye.
You can't waste 10 balls and come up with 10 runs. Absolutely not. Get out there and rake.
600 strike rate.
Second 6 of the over. And Nick, after him, we still have come on.
Oh, the umpire says, "Don't even think about running up yet." How dare you?
So Morani is still available, Nick. I'm surprised they put in Kane before Morani, but I guess they're just saving Morani for the very end. They told Kane go in there and just rake.
Kane can rake it. Absolutely.
Wow, another drop by Singapore.
Oh my gosh. So Nick, I guess that wasn't Kane that had the 6. This TV broadcast is so bad. It was Malhotra that had that 6 earlier.
Malhotra had the 6, yeah.
Gosh.
Man, Nick, that was as I like to say, a questionable drop there.
That's the second one, just like that, right to the fielder, right at the boundary. I get it's coming at you hot and fast, but you got to get that. Their fielding is so bad. Now, oddly enough, the first wicket they took was an amazing front diving catch, but the fielding, almost every ball of the fielder, they get it off the ground and they're bobbling it. Match fixing. Sure hope so.
You beat me to it, AK. I was gonna say I didn't know Ambani is a fan of Team USA. Does he own a stake in what?
This is the United States of America, baby. Federal Reserve. We got it.
He's a fan. He's a fan. He must have some stock in us. You know what I mean?
They're using the Al Davis motto: "Just win, baby." And that's not a boundary, but again, fumbles it when he gets it. They can't hold it. They can't field it clean. Oh, he's out to dry, but the throw is not like we reacted to Cricket Tuesday today. Not a direct hit. 2 runs on that one.
What's on that ball, Crisco? What is on that ball, Crisco?
It's in their heads. After 17 overs, come on, score. What's wrong with you? 174 for 4 after 17 overs and 1 ball. They got 3 on that one. So Mohatra got to his 50. Mohatra gets his 50. Kate is at strike. And Kate gets a quick little single there. Mohatra, very, very nice.
Oh.
Here you go. USA highest score at Bulawayo so far where they're playing in T20Is. Before this T20 qualifying tournament at Bulawayo, no T20Is were played up until now. There you go. Thanks, Jack. The Jack attack.
Kumar, from this point, it should be at least 200, right? Let's hope so. I mean, we still
200 might be asking a lot on 15 balls. Another 25 runs on 15 balls. It could be done. Absolutely. Zimbabwe's lost their 7th wicket. They have 1 over left. They have 6 balls left. They're at 132 for 7.
Ew, there we go. Run rate. Nick, do you have your abacus out so you could do the math?
I don't need the abacus. I got the old noodle.
Where does that put us in this? Dude, honestly, it's like the IPL trying to figure out the points table. You need a supercomputer, an abacus to figure it out, bro. Honestly. I love when you got to do all the math in the IPL. Well, this team's got to lose by this much runs, and this team. What? Hold on. Can you repeat that, sir? That student too. What'd you say?
That's why I just go to the website and wait till they post it.
Oh,
another bobble. Another bobble. Can they get some stickum? Can they get some spider tack?
Stick them on their hands. That was actually a good delivery.
Prakash has given up a 3 in the first ball, but singles ever since. Once again, USA is doing a great job of getting a run a ball at least. At least 1 run on ball. Not too many dots. Here's his last ball of the 3rd over. He got 26 runs so far. And it's going to be at least 27. And that's all she wrote. So, for him in that over. 2 overs left. They're at 179. So they're 21 runs away. They can definitely get to 200. It's not easy. It's not guaranteed they can do it.
Well, I am excited to see that, my friend. 178. 179, is it? There we go, 179.
So Nick, AK, I thought Liam Plunkett retired from the Raiders like 30 years ago. Just kidding. Different Plunkett.
Oh, Nick, you're in rare form tonight.
Oh, I can feel it. That's my 2 a.m. form.
After 2 a.m., nothing good happens.
Not in this brain. Jihan, I've been wondering that same thing myself. I have no idea what his nationality is. Oh, is that going to be a wicket? No, he says it's off. It's off stump. Past third.
Hans,
No. It was a wicket. That was a wicket. By Kane. Experiment failed. I didn't see him signal it, to tell you the truth.
He walked off on his own. I think he walked off on his own.
Oh, I look. Now, was he bowled out? Did he nick it to the stumps? Because he's definitely cleaned out. Goodbye.
Well, Mbani's in now. Oh, Madani. No, Mbani. Madani.
Jihan, my mom is from Northern Ireland. I did a DNA test and luckily only 8% English. Mostly Scottish and Irish. 20% Italian for some reason. He says luckily only 8% English. So what cricket team do you officially root for, Mr. Han Solo?
I mean, according to that, he could play for at least 2 cricket teams that I know of. Maybe even 3.
Yeah. 4. Does Italy have a cricket team? Are they associate nation? I don't think so.
I mean, is 8% enough to get the play for English for England? I mean, come on.
Oh, sometimes 0% is enough to play.
Oh, I set you up. I knew it. You couldn't resist.
No, I can't resist. There's a boundary there for we're gonna call him Mbani. I'm just kidding. From Modani.
He said, "Have you heard of Jofra Archer? He's no percent English. Chris Jordan, no percent English. Their captain, the Irishman, captain Owen Morgan. That's hilarious. I knew you couldn't resist. It's like it's low hanging fruit for you. It's low hanging fruit. Army, bro. You better never go to England. Army's like, all right, Nick's in town.
I'm going there next year.
We know that the wife's gonna want to do all the touristy stuff. They're gonna be waiting for you by Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? Don't even think about.
I'm gonna ask for one of your expired IDs, and then literally show it to them. They're gonna be like, "You look nothing like this guy." What could I say? That's my picture. What's going on here? What are you trying to say?
Like, I had a tan. I had a really good tan at the time. Oh man, Nick will be at Big Ben and at Buckingham Palace, incognito with a big trench coat on, big sunglasses on. You know, me just hiding from the Brahmi army.
Oh, could not get the catch even with the nice dive there. It was not an easy catch. Surprise, surprise. Singapore drops another. That was a really difficult chance, though. I'm not going to lie. Very difficult chance.
I was going to say, did you ever plan on going to Singapore? Because, man, you trashing Singapore's fielding. Listen, Singapore, drop all the balls you want. I still want to come someday. Probably.
I don't think I'll be going to Singapore. Nothing against Singapore, but it's gonna be good enough for me to get to England. That's a far enough flight for me. I don't have that travel bug inside. That should be.
I have a list of all international players who are going to join you to 2024 World T20. I believe me, guys. USA will be a hell of a team at that time. Oh yeah, USA starting wide. USA starting to build their product. We're super excited about it. We saw how much excitement was down there when we went there, realistically, and we're happy to be a part of it from the grassroots. But it's gonna take some time. And I hope that guys like Aaron Jones,
parks it. There's a 6 for my man Mohatra. The 6 isn't 1 over, man. My boob. Nice try, pal. Thank you, Han Solo. Now I finally know he roots for South Africa all the way. Number 1 in WTC, by the way.
Oh. Mahacha destroyed that ball.
Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know how. Did they just get a wicket?
Yep, Mahatra finally gone at 58.
Oh, they're sitting at 195.
195. They've got still 7 balls to go. It was almost a 6. He caught it right on the boundary.
Yeah, that was sky
Mahatra,
high.
what a
Good
what
form
a
there. Good catch. Okay, very good. They're 2 for 11 now on their catches. Not bad.
Did you say 2 for 11? Wow.
I don't think I'm too far off. I'm just saying. He's hilarious. Han Solo is bringing out the Michael Fay. I had to look that up. Okay, he's an American who was sentenced to 6 strokes of the cane in Singapore in 1994 for theft of road signs and vandalizing 18 cars over a 10-day period.
Why would you steal road signs? I can see the vandalizing cars, but why would you steal road signs?
But his sentencing was 6 strokes of the cane. That was it. No jail time.
How big was the cane?
Oh, wow. If it, you think if it was like really, really big, right? You think Singapore can catch it? Oh no! Just lost all the Singapore fans. My bad. I'm
What else?
technically not. I'm not an official member of CFA, so don't take it out on Cricket for Americans. Take it out on my other channel. I'm from R Super Reactions. You can unsubscribe there.
Oh wow! Oh wow! He's really in rare form today. Oh my! Oh.
My name's Rick. Chewing gum's illegal in Singapore. I chew gum every single day. Oh no!
Wonder what the penalty is for that.
Seriously.
2 lashes of the cane. Come on, give us a boundary.
Elf with Will Ferrell, where he's taking the chewed gum underneath the railing and he just keeps eating it. So nasty.
Now I gotta say, I'm happy with the score so far, Nick. 197 for 6, 197 for 6, and
he almost lost his wicket right there, trying to go for a little scoop shot or whatever he was doing there. Come on, Patel. Calm down with your bad self. Can we just get the 200? Is asking for too much. They're at 198 with 3 balls.
3 balls left. I say you make sure you cross 200 and then you try to go for a 6 on the last ball. You know what I mean? Big, you know what I mean? Like a big shot in the last ball. But right now you got to secure the next 2 shots. Try to get a boundary. If not, run for 2. Next one, take a single. If it's there, and then get that big 6, baby.
He is trying to hit the ball at the stumps. Another run. So close. Oh, it's so close. This is hilarious from Jihan. Jason Roy, Curran Brothers, Milan, Morgan, Archer, Stokes, Chris Jordan. I'm sure there's more. None of them are English.
Listen, maybe they're like, you don't know that, Jihan. Maybe they did a 23andMe and they're like, I was gonna say like Han. They got like 8%. You know what I mean? Okay, and maybe not 8%.
Oh, they're gonna take a quick run right there, and they got to 200. Woo! Now one more ball to pad the stats, baby. I wonder if they just tell the ICC when they ask for some documentation, they say, "Oh, it's still processing."
He's got documentation.
We'll get back to you next year.
Oh, have you ever seen? And I think I've told you this about this movie. What's it called? Is it basketball? No, I forgot the name of it. Where it's like grown men going back to play like Little League baseball against like Little League baseball teams and whatnot. So they never. I think there's the rejects they were called, something like that. Anyway, they're grown men. So even though they're not bench warmers. So they're beating little kids, right? And then the coach from the championship team in that area brings in the Dominican guy.
Yeah,
and he's like, is this guy league eligible? He comes to the park drinking a beer, and a little kid walks up to him and goes, "Is that your son?" "No, vaya para allá, mi hijo." "Papi," and then he's like, and the umpire's there. He goes, "Let me see his papers." He gives him, literally, it's a white piece of paper in crayon that says "I am 12" with a 20 wrapped in it. He's like, he's got documentation. It might be just that easy. You know what I mean? He's got documentation. Oh, Nick, 201
That
for
movie
6.
is hilarious.
201 for 6.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you've never seen that movie, Han? The Benchwarmers? Just go to YouTube and look up that line. "I am 12." He's got documentation. That's hilarious.
All right, so USA got 201. They could have got more because they weren't into that last over like 195 or some nonsense, but we'll take it. Singapore's got to put up a big total to chase. This should be well in hand for US, but anything could happen. Crazy thing is Zimbabwe, man, what did they get on that final over? Like 14 runs. Okay, they had a 132, right? So they got a 6. No, this is all backwards. Yeah, 14 runs on their last over, 28 runs on the last 2 overs. So they got a respectable score when it was really bad, 146 for 8. Can Jersey chase that? We will find out later. I am not going to survive for the next innings. Let me guess. You're going to last the entire match, aren't you? You're on mute, just so you know. I unmuted you.
You know it. And actually, before you leave, I'm going to go grab me an energy drink. I'll be right back.
You got it, man.
I got to give you the LOL for that one. I am 12.
Dos años, señorera. 46 in the chat. Thank you so much. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's see where we're at right now. We are 90 likes. Need 10 more likes. We appreciate everyone that's joined us for this stream. USA putting up the points. 202, ladies and gents, germs and gents. And let's look at the other score. So there's USA's 201 for 6. They were like 102 for 2 at one point or something like that. So they did really, really good. Like it says right here, it's at break. Now, if we look at the other matches, and we put that in here, then we can see the Zimbabwe score. They're also at an innings break. Jersey won the toss. They chose the field, and Zimbabwe put up 146. We'll see if that works out well for Jersey. They were able to pull off 8 wickets and really constrict them to runs. I mean, look at these totals. And after the power play, they had 38 runs, right? Then 11, 7, 3, 9, 12, 9, 5, 4, 6, 6. In the death, look at this. 6, 5, 3. That's horrible. And then 2 14s, giving a little more respectable of a score. So that's not too bad. The other matches today have not happened yet, but there's 2 more matches, I believe, going on because there's 8 teams, so always 4 matches. In 2.5 hours or less, Hong Kong versus the Netherlands, Papua New Guinea versus Uganda. I wonder if they're playing on the same fields. I'm not exactly sure. If USA can bowl out Singapore, I'm not. Am I sharing? No, I'm not sharing that one. Sorry about that, guys. I'm talking, but I'm not sharing it with you. Here we go. Here's the other matches. Here's the 2 scores for today and the other matches later on today in less than 2.5 hours. If USA can bowl out Singapore, it can really help their net run rate. Got to get to that top spot as much as possible. Yeah, Zimbabwe did not do themselves any favors, but you never really know until the other team bats. You can have an epic collapse by Jersey on their end as well. That's right. Come on, USA. It is an easy win at this point. Let's just hope they don't mess it up. Jersey's not that bad. They got, against USA, I think they got like 155, 156 or something. Can USA beat Zimbabwe? I don't know. We're going to find out on Thursday, though. They play on Thursday. Let's see, they can play a total of 7 different teams. They only get 3 matches before the semis. Of course, Zimbabwe, the toughest team, in my opinion, at home. Of course, they have to play against them. Why not? Why not? Jersey is an offshore tax haven. It is nearer to France than England, and the names there are a mix of English and French. Han Solo knows everything. And he chooses to use those powers for what? For jokes, and I love it. Sarcasm, baby. Singapore have made 200 twice in T20Is, but that was batting first. Not sure what is their successful run chase in T20Is. That'd be interesting. What's the largest score they have chased? That would be interesting to find out. Thanks, Jack, for that. Jersey are basically the island of England. They should be playing better. Well, you know, if they don't want to be part of English, I get it. They want to do their own thing. You gotta, have your own players there. When you have a smaller population country area, you're not going to be able to get all those players that you want. Henry Cavill, does he play cricket? I don't know.
When I first heard Jersey, I thought you were talking about the state of New Jersey, one of my least favorite states. And, not New York, New Jersey. Oh.
You know what's funny is Han had made the joke earlier when you weren't there. I think he actually made a comment or something. He said when Gabe sees Jersey, he thinks it's New Jersey. So it's hilarious that you said that.
I'm serious. Anyway, my friend, thanks for holding down the fort while I was getting myself a little energy drink. And I've got to hang out and try to will USA to their second win. And pretty much if they win, then it's over, right? They're gonna get through, Nick.
So they have 3 matches before the semifinal round. So if they win this one, they play Zimbabwe for their 3rd match. If they can win all 3, this one and the next one, then they're gonna move on to the semifinals. But they still got to win the semifinals and whatnot in this tournament and the finals. But if they win this one, basically it doesn't matter what else happens. I don't think anyone's going 3-0. They should be fine to go to the semifinals regardless. Right. But yes, this win would be huge for them.
And just getting through to the semifinals is huge. But if they win in the semifinals and move on to the finals, even winning this thing would be huge, man.
You kidding me? Get to the World Cup group stage. Absolutely.
Super exciting. Super exciting. Yeah, and I'm trying to check on Zimbabwe so far. It looks like Jersey's only put up 2 runs, but they're still in the first over. They've only seen 2 balls. And yeah, Nick, I did want to ask you, in order to share your screen like that, you need a separate screen, right?
Yeah, so just get a different tab, and you'll see there below our faces, the smaller ones, it says share screen or share. Mm-hmm. Click on that, click on share screen, and then have the tab already open and just choose Google Chrome tabs and just choose the one you want to share. So like I'll stop sharing this one, and you can get it set up right now. Click that share button once you get the tab ready to go.
And then hit what?
Yeah, it's super helpful when you're solo streaming. How is USA doing, Nick? They're doing great. This is a tournament where they need to win 3 they're going to play 3 matches before the semifinals. They want to be one of the top 2 teams to move on to the next thing. And so they are doing great. I don't know. I keep saying top 2 teams. Maybe it's just a top team from each A and B group or pool. So they want to win this tournament. They won their first match yesterday. They put up a 201 on today's match. It's an innings break, so we'll see how Singapore, what they can do. But things are looking good so far. I mean, you can only control what you can control.
Okay, so hit share again. I don't know why it didn't work for me. Select window or screen.
Do you have a tab ready to go?
Yeah, it's already open on the tab.
So right below at the bottom next to invite, you see that share button?
Yeah.
You clicked that?
Yep.
And then share screen, the bottom one?
Right.
And then share screen again, the blue one?
Right.
And then look at your, I mean, I'm not sure if you have Google Chrome. I'm not sure how it is with the Macintosh there or the whatever.
It says Safari, mobile device updater, StreamYard, system preferences, whatever, and our entire screen.
Just use whatever engine you have your tab opened on. If it's Safari or whatever, choose Safari and then choose your tab.
Well, it's not actually.
So Singapore is starting to bat right now, and USA has a little bit of the nips right there, or the yips with the ball handling. And 2 runs, just like that. Theron is opening the bowling here. 2 runs on the board for Singapore. The first ball, Rangarajan. But to answer your question, Jihan, that's because Wales is smart and they'll just be part of England. Why not? Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's
Didn't get
not
any
working.
wood on that, but could have got a wicket there if he had some wood on it. Not bad for the second ball. Dot ball. So just not working for you?
Yeah, it's just giving me issues. I'm not sure what's going on. Every time I click, I know how to do it, but it's just showing me the screen because I've got the separate tab open. Or should I open it on a Safari?
Here,
Let me
try
see if I can
this.
do that there.
No, that's not doing anything. Oh, another great ball right there with no wood gone on it, no bat. Another dot ball, 2 dot balls in a row, 2 for no loss at the 3 balls for Singapore in their innings here in this T20 match, qualifier match.
All right, so let me see something. Maybe this will work.
Oh, that gets past the fielder, and it's not a boundary. Will they try to get 2 runs?
Probably.
Oh, wow. Secret Writer says Singapore will be 97 all out. Nope, they just got a single run there, so they rotated the strike. And now it's the other opener, Chandra Mohan. Three for no loss after the first 4 balls of the first over. What's up, Raj? Good to see you back. Gabe's going to throw his computer through the wall. We're going to watch it live.
Oh, the anger. Rage.
Yes, the rage. Oh, what a beautiful ball that was. Oh, just missed the stumps, it looked like. Theron is crushing it.
Ooh.
Three runs is all in this first over.
3 runs, bowling masterfully.
Yeah,
what's up, Raj? That is amazing.
201 for sure. Oh, he steps up, trying to be cute. And what a glorious over there by Theron. 4 dot balls, 3 runs after 1 over. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I was about to say, I will see you guys later. But something happened to Gabe, so I will wait till he comes back. When he comes back and he's all settled, I'm going to go ahead and knock out for the day. Don't leave anywhere. We're not stopping the stream. But I do appreciate everyone for joining us, joining me, and watching USA do what USA does. Getting strong, getting better, and ready to establish themselves as an associate nation to be reckoned with. Wonder if Gabe's computer died. Sometimes that happens when it... No, he's right there.
No, I was just trying to do the share thing, and for whatever reason, it just knocked me completely off. I don't know what I was doing. I'm like,
I wonder if it won't work until I'm out of here because I was the first one to start. I have no idea.
yeah, no,
You're welcome,
I mean
Han.
it's weird. I'm not sure why it's not working. It is what it is. I'm not really.
Is that a wicket? Did he really just pancake that? Yes, that's a wicket, baby. Netra Volker right there. The batsman, I don't know what he was trying to do. He just played a little game of pepper, as we call in baseball, and it went right back to a bowler. That's probably the easiest catches you'll ever see.
That was super nice, Nick.
There was no intent on that shot whatsoever. It was almost like a defend, but he actually took the shot. It must have just been like a bottom edge or something because it went nowhere. But there goes one of their openers, and that's one wicket. 3 for 1. Ooh, goodness. And you got Dezay coming in now. Dezay with an I at the end. Love it. And you got to love the bowler's line. 0 for 1.
That's Netra Volker. And, man, we've seen him bowl quite a bit. One of the better bowlers for USA. Normally takes wickets.
That was nice.
Yes, it
USA's got their first wicket in the second over. USA didn't lose any wickets in their power play. Singapore's already lost one. If you're from Singapore, we appreciate you joining us here. Obviously, we're Cricket for Americans, so we're rooting for America. Nothing against Singapore, but we want them to lose in this case, today at least. Maybe Gabe's shirt too loud for YouTube.
Oh, what are you going to do, right, Nick? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I feel bad that you're not able to figure it out. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate it. You're in good hands. You know, it's not State Farm, but it's good hands. Another great ball right there. Keep swinging. You might give us cold. And, Gabe, you have a good night. Get some sleep eventually.
Eventually, my friend.
Let's go, USA. Did he just get a wicket?
Boom! Back to back and belly to belly.
Oh, that was a replay. Right?
No, that's his second wicket. The first
one
was
he hit it. Oh, the ball hit the stumps.
Hold him out there.
Yes.
Oh, back to back and belly to belly. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Delicioso. Oh, 2 wickets. Oh, 2 wickets.
I got to stick around for a possible hat trick.
Oh,
blitz.
Can he get a hat trick?
Has to stick around.
Blitz. You almost mixed the back to back.
Like the reverse blitz.
Wickets. Woo.
Netra Volker's got 2 wickets and 2 balls. The guy that came in, Desai, literally hit the ball to the stump, edged it, boom.
Inside edge, and knocked over, my friend.
Singh is in now. Oh, man. We know he can sing, but can he play cricket? We'll find out.
Oh, my. But you know what? Just because you're good luck right now, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. You know what? That's right. Netra Volker on a hat trick. We're going to make Han the pun police. Because if it's too much for Han, that's when we know it's bad.
You know it's
Han,
bad.
You're the pun
police.
Yeah. You're the pun police. Just let us
know
whenever
any of my puns have gotten past the pun police, technically. Nick needs to be banned for that joke.
Oh, man.
Oh. We're going to find out right now. I would not have allowed that pun, says Steve. I see how it is.
He said, I wonder if he can. I know he can sing, but can he bat? What? Jeez, dude,
no hat trick, but it is a dot. We'll take it.
Dot City. What a line. What a line. 0 for 2, now, Nick, on 3
If anyone's curious, after 3 overs, Jersey is 21 for no loss. So they're doing their job to help USA cricket. USA is doing their job. Nick is a gentleman and a scholar. His puns are always welcome. Yes! I have a clean record.
Han. Now he's going to use that all the time. Han says it's loud.
Now, I never go into these streams with any planned jokes. Imagine if I actually put some preparation into it. Oh my gosh. What we have, no one look for. You have one dad joke per stream. That is it. Oh no, just when I said that Jersey lost a wicket.
Mush. Oh, how dare you?
They lost a wicket. Sure enough. Man alive. Why would I bother making a fool of Nick when he does that for me?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I have a hard time arguing with that. Don't you have work in the morning? No, we're in summer break, so we have no jobs right now. Gabe still has his night job, which he just got off of. But don't forget, we have families and wives that keep us busy. Oh, and he ends the over with 3 wickets. Sing, it's been confirmed.
Daddy.
He can't hit Gabe. He's gonna stick to the pipes. Oh my goodness.
3-wicket haul. This is my 3-wicket haul. See, that's my 3-wicket haul shimmy right there. A 3-wicket haul.
He sung his way to a duck. Oh my gosh.
Oh, daddy, a
3 wickets in 1 over?
And it's a maiden. Oh, 3-wicket maiden over.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Oh, tell me Netra Volker is not married, because that would make it even sweeter. A 3-wicket maiden. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my God. He said, tell me he's not. You're the world. Huh, really? That's allowed.
I didn't think you caught that one. Raj says, okay, if Nick can't make puns, then Gabe can't dance. Thank you. Dancing police.
Oh, man. Dude, you know what? Make all the puns you want, because daddy's got to dance. That's my wicked dance.
Oh, my lights are going out. I have literally 1 out of 5 lights left. Thank you, everyone, so much. I'm glad I stuck around for that over. I remember that was like a stream like a few years ago. One more over. I can't even get off because of all the wickets. And he got to see his first ball at least by Theron.
Can we get another wicket?
Brother?
Can we get another wicket? Oh my gosh. Can we get another wicket? Brother? Han, you would not want to see me come out of a cake.
In Under Siege. Oh man. Is that the one with Tom Lee Jones is playing the crazy guy in the boat?
Yeah. That and Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Steve. Oh, absolutely. Definitely Steven Seagal. Man, he is not getting made fun of as much as he should. He had some serious one-liners in his movies.
Oh, dude. You ever notice he was the same character in every single movie? He's had the squinty eyes or whatever. The low voice.
So speaking of one-liners, James Bond always has those one-liners, right? I was watching this interview from Liam Neeson. Now, he didn't say he was offered the role, but he was asked to audition for James Bond before Pierce Brosnan got it. They're looking for a new James Bond, and he was on the short list. And he was thinking about it, but his wife's just like, no, you can't do it. Probably she didn't want him like kissing the girls, or I'm not sure why, but she wouldn't allow. She pulled the card. And so it was a nice boundary there from Singapore. They're on the board with a boundary. And so he said, like, okay, fine, that's whatever. Every time they got in an argument, he would just be like, James Bond. And she'd say, fair enough, because she took away that role from him.
Bro, could you imagine? Like, you know what's funny? I laugh when Will Smith, right? I forget what movie he turned down to go make Wild Wild West. Yeah, The Matrix, to do Wild Wild West.
I think Sean Connery also turned down that movie as Morbius. I don't think he would have been a good Morbius.
And it's funny because there's a thing on YouTube about Will Smith talking about turning it down. And he said he was at a party and they pitched it to him. And he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. And he's like, I didn't get it. I couldn't see it. And he did Wild Wild West. And then he's making fun of himself like, you know
I think like once he saw the movie, he's like, oh, that's what they're talking about.
You know what I mean? Like, and I guess that's where you got to trust your director, right? They got a vision, but you can't see it. But bro, I mean, Wild Wild West was terrible. What was he thinking?
Sean Connery did the same thing. There was 3 different movies that he turned down. One of them was also Lord of the Rings to play Gandalf. He turned that down because he didn't get it. Turned down Matrix because he didn't get it. And he turned down some other big movie because he didn't get it, right? So when they came to him with A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which was a box office
that
flop,
trash.
he said he didn't get it, but I'm not gonna fall for this again. So he took that one, and it didn't work out for him.
Oh my gosh! So he turned down Matrix, Lord of the Rings, and whatever the third one is. But those are 2 huge franchises. Both of them had multiple sequels, right? They were both trilogies, so he could have been getting bank. And he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. Whoever his people are.
Oh, fire them all. Fire them all. All right, man. Thanks so much. Everyone, thank you guys so much. Go USA. We got this. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, adios.
And right now, guys, I'm going to have to update the score every over. Well, let me see. If Nick said if it allows me to share it now that Nick's not here. Nope, it's not working. Yep, not working. Anyways, so right now you've got USA. What's this? Bowling, and it is 11 for 3 in a 4th over. And Nathan Volker, Nathan Volker is back on the opposite end now. And there's an edge, but that's gonna overcover for a boundary. There goes a 4. Score update, Singapore 60 all out. Why doesn't Antarctica have a cricket team? Because it's Antarctica. Yeah, sure, Dibley. I'll make sure. Let me see. Let me get the link ready to go. And definitely be fun to have somebody to chat it up with. Now, you know, it's a tall order for Singapore to chase this, but it is not impossible. So USA still needs to continue to be aggressive and continue to try to take wicket, put pressure on them. 15 for 3 right now. 3 balls over so far in this over, or 3 balls down, I should say, this over. Dot 4 dot. And every dot is just a dagger in Singapore's heart. And USA with a bobble there, but that is still going to be a dot. Don't think they took a single there. And Jack, I already sent it. Check it out, brother. Gabe, what did you win an Oscar for? I didn't win an Oscar for anything. So after this over, I will update the score. And we've got 2 deliveries left in this over. Nathan Volker. Next ball. Up in the air, chipped. And taken for a wicket. Oh, for a wicket hole. Oh, 4-wicket haul. He's on fire. Nathan Volker's on fire. Holy cow. What a spell, guys. I mean, have we seen this kind of spell out of Nathan Volker? 4 for 4 right now. And it's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. Holy cow. Oh my. 15 for 4. Nathan Volker on fire. 4 overs gone. And it's a thing of beauty. It's an absolute thing of beauty. He is 4 for 4, guys. Woo! That was a wicked. I agree. Can he get himself a fifer in this match? Can Nathan Volker get himself a fifer in this match? He's got 2 overs left, I believe. Yes, he's only bowled 2 overs. So that's kind of exciting. It's kind of exciting. Maybe we could catch a 5-wicket haul here. Jersey has shown promise in the World Cup before, somehow always fell in the end if they improve. And what is the score on that jersey? It's 40 for 1 so far, still within the power play. So they've got 85 balls and they need 107 runs. So it's doable. It's doable. They can chase it down. Oscar statue over my right shoulder. Oh, oh, there goes a boundary. There goes a boundary. My little friend, that's actually Mr. Charisma. Mr. Charisma. Little award they gave all the teachers and stuff like that. We give us different awards. Just our peers talk about. But there goes 4. So 4 valuable runs for Singapore. But down 4 wickets already. Down 4 wickets already. That is ugly. So 19 for 4 at the end of 4th over. Let me go ahead and update the score. So now Cameron Stevenson's into the attack for USA. Cameron Stevenson, guys. And this is his debut, I believe, isn't it? Did Nick get Mr. Grouchy? I believe so. And we have a guest joining us. What's up there, Jack?
I'm well, Gabe. Yourself?
Nice ball. I'm not sure if you've watched USA play much cricket, but man, Nathan Volker is on some kind of, absolutely monstrous spell here. He was 4 for 4, Jack. 4 wickets, 4 runs. That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jaiswal?
Not much, Gabe. Pretty much keeping busy and ticking along as always.
And your thoughts on the thrashing Australia took? I mean, dude. I mean, it was brutal. It was brutal, man. And it ended up being a draw. Okay, I was actually kind of shocked that that's another thing. What do you think about them being okay just with drawing? Sri Lanka just okay. We're not even going to give Australia just draw it out. You know what I mean? Like, was that kind of weird? Oh, that's a wide. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't going to be a draw after Sri Lanka got the first innings lead of 190. They were always going to win that game. because Australia had to make those runs up to make Sri Lanka bat again. That's why they lost by an innings, Australia. So it was always going to be tough for Australia in that third innings. And I knew that was going to happen, and it did. So it's not a surprise. But Sri Lanka deserved to bounce back, and they played some really good cricket. Unfortunately for Australia, they let a few golden opportunities slip.
Oh, another wicket, Stevenson. Right back to Stevenson, and he dives. I mean, usually when you catch that screamers right back at you, you do it in self-defense. But what a great wicket. Caught and ball by Cam Stevenson, and thing of beauty. 5 wickets down. Yeah, but it was like Sri Lanka at home was happy or content with the draw, you know what I mean, of the series. And I mean, I know Jihan and other people aren't happy with the beating that Australia took, but they still won it. They didn't lose the series. So, I mean, how do you feel about the draw? How do you feel about the draw, though?
How do I feel about it? I'm quite happy that it's a draw, that we didn't lose the series.
Jeez, it's like it's like with India, right? India is probably one of the only teams that people expect. What just happened? What just happened? Why would it force quit me? Whoa. Hold on. Hold on for a second, Jack.
No worries, Gabe.
What is going on? I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. You got to be kidding me. Seriously, dude? What is going on? All right, let me do this. Force quit that. Force quit that.
Well, we got some technical difficulties here, everyone. Something's wrong with Gabe's computer. Something's going on. So we have to bear with him for just the moment. Hello, Nick. Hope you're well. Subbing in for you. So I'm taking over the next innings here. So, but hope you're well, Nick. Get some sleep.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened, man. My computer just froze on me.
Yeah.
And maybe force quick. But anyway, yeah. I mean, like, everybody expects India to go abroad and go other places and, like, win the series. India wins 2 out of 3 against England in England. And people are upset that Sky scores a century, but they don't win. You just took 2 out of 3 in England. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? Like, since when are teams just expected to win? Even when you're at home, that's one thing. But when you're on the road, you gotta take a draw. I'll take a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 You just gotta. It's just the way it goes. You're gonna win some. You're gonna lose some. But there were some positives from what I saw in the first test with Australia. Not so much in the second test. They missed some opportunities there and some reviews, and it was tough to watch. I switched off when Cameron Green got out. I was like, I'm not watching this. I know what's going to happen. And that's what happened. They got out for 150 odd. You just know with Australia and the subcontinent, that's what they're going to do. They have a batting collapse.
It was quite a batting collapse. And I remember watching the highlights. But, it was tough. It was definitely tough to watch. Jihan, thank you for the super chat, says, the reason I'm annoyed with the draw is Sri Lanka have not been a good side for a while now. They lost to England twice at home, which never used to happen. They gave Don Best the worst fifer ever. Any fifer Don Best gets is bad. A batting coach needs to look at his team and say, really, that guy? So that's interesting. But I get you, Jihan. I get you. I mean, when you're abroad, though, you got to take any draw as a victory, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And that's a dot ball there. 20 for 5 in the 5th over. I mean, we're basically out of the power play, and Sri Lanka has lost 5 wickets. And not Sri Lanka, excuse me, Singapore has lost 5 wickets. Could you imagine Sri Lanka? Oh, you and USA laying it to Sri Lanka like that? That'll be the that'll be the day.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm quite happy with a 1-1 draw. Really, we haven't lost a series, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's what I'm saying. And it isn't the end of the world. I hope India prepare wickets like the second Sri Lanka test. Slow turners, which deteriorate after day 3,
Yeah.
are best to smash Australia. Raging turners will only diminish quality, between India and Australia spin. Now, I guess here's the question. What's the answer? Because Australia has always struggled on in the subcontinent, right? Whether they're in Sri Lanka, or whether they're in India. So, if it's not David Warner or, Pucovski, but obviously Pucovski with his injuries and not there. But I mean, what's the answer? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it's more just trying to play a lot more games in these conditions, so you get used to them. That's the only way you're going to learn. You can't learn in the nets. That's the thing. It's not quite the same as the game. So you don't have men around the bat. The ball's not turning. You don't have pressure. Whereas if you're in a game, you do have pressure. Unfortunately, Australia crumbled under the pressure yesterday. And it was the pressure because they were behind in the game. And the only way Australia could get out of that game was to save it, draw it. And that was going to be a tough task. So you got to give credit to Sri Lanka. I thought they batted wonderfully well. Dennis Chandimal's 200 was superb. And they grinded Australia down to the dust. That's what you do. And they kept Australia out there for 180 odd overs. Could you imagine that, Gabe, being out there for the third new ball? You don't want to be out there.
That's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. And you kind of have to think about it. I like what you said there. You can't learn in the nets, right? You can't learn in the nets. Do you think that Australia, England, who also struggles in the subcontinent, and vice versa, teams from the subcontinent, should they have a circuit where the players have to go over there? Just have to go over there, and it becomes part of the circuit? Or if obviously scheduling is an issue, then is it, maybe for them to encourage their players that they know are going to be playing, you know what I mean, to then go ahead and play in subcontinent conditions? Like, hey, if you're Australian, you got to go play in the IPL. Obviously if they get auctioned or drafted to a team, you know what I mean? Or vice versa. Because I know India, up in the air, but that is too full by Stevenson and goes for a boundary. If you're India, one of the things, India doesn't really allow their players to go play in other leagues, domestic leagues like the BBL or the 100, but maybe they should, because like you said, you can't learn in the nets, and it'll get them used to playing in those conditions. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, Australia did have an A squad on this tour. So they played, excuse me, got something in my throat there. They played 2 4-day matches against Sri Lanka A. So if Australia keep doing that, like bringing in A squads to play in those conditions, that's the way to go. That's the first time Australia's toured with an A squad for the last 2 years. So if we keep doing that, and I hope we take one to India as well, it will prepare the up-and-coming players to play in these conditions, because that's the only way you're going to get better, by playing games and experiencing these conditions. It was a setback yesterday, but that's okay. It's okay to fail. It's not the end of the world. We can learn. We can get better.
Right. And I mean, honestly, to your point, there's growth through failure, right? You learn through failure. If you've never failed, then you've never really learned anything. You already knew it. Yep. You know what I mean? I tell my students that all the time. It's okay to fail, guys. Obviously, if you come in and know everything I teach you day one, then I didn't teach you anything. Why'd you come? Like, honestly. So I like that perspective. I just think that teams need to do a better job of putting their players in those conditions and putting them to play there. And even before they become full-blown test players, push them to play in more domestic leagues and just get used to playing in those conditions, because you're going to have to go there internationally anyway.
Well, that's what Australia does for county cricket to England. Australian players play in the county system over there.
Right.
So they're getting used to those conditions. But yeah, I think we should do more to prepare players for that. And I had an interesting chat with sports psychologist Graham Winter on the podcast recently. We talked about all that mindset thing. It's mindset at the end of the day. Not
Growth
so much
mindset,
technique. Yeah. It's the mental side. And he said technique's overrated because we go in the nets and we get frustrated for nothing. It's up in here. So if you have a good mental side, you can achieve anything. That's an interesting discussion I had with him. And we also talked about failure as well, by teams not being prepared to play brave, not being able to take a risk losing the game in order to win it. And many teams don't do that because they fear failure. They fear the consequences that come with failure at the end of the day.
I think that there's a lot of pressure to perform, but I think that normally that comes from coaches, because coaches are afraid to try something. I don't think players are, but I think coaches are afraid to try something different because they're afraid of failure, because failure could cost them their job. You know what I mean? And, to be fair, a failure or too much failure could cost a player their spot on the team, right? You know what I mean? They could be left off the team. But that's interesting. Jack, they've acted about 2 or 3 times. Guys, if you haven't already checked him out, check out Jack's Dibbly Dabbly podcast. Can you link it in here? If not, I'll try myself.
I don't think I can, Gabe. I think you have to do it, I think.
I'll go ahead and do that right now. But yeah, it's one of those things, Jack, where I think that you really, really have to make a concerted effort, you know what I'm saying, to make sure your players are exposed to different conditions, because they're going to have to play in different conditions. Bottom line, you can't just win at home. So you can't, and you're not just going to always play at home. So you have to prepare them for the road.
Yeah, that's right. That's the thing. I think a question here from Han Solo. Do you think Australia could open a cricket centre in Darwin to get more subcontinent-like conditions? Well, it is hot up there in the Northern Territory. That's where Darwin is in Australia. Well, maybe we could experiment with that. Humidity, getting used to the heat. But we'll have to do something with the pitches, though. I think they did come up with a set, sort of like a subcontinent pitch here in Australia, mixing in with artificial grass and dirt and glue to replicate those spinning type conditions in Asia. So we could explore that. Super chat from Dr. Jihan, Gabe.
Thank you, Dr. Jihan. Guys, I just linked the podcast, Dibbly Dabbly. That's the latest episode. Go check it out. Great stuff there. Very knowledgeable. Jack works very hard, so go show him some love and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the Dibbly Dabbly podcast. Australia haven't been terrible in the subcontinent. Beat Pakistan in 1998 and 2002. Whitewash in Sri Lanka 2004. Won in 2011. Last beat India. That's at 4 in 2004. Mainly been bad tours to India. Last tour of India was a very close series. There it goes. I'm reading that for the clip. Thank you, Dr. Jihan. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, Australia has come such a long way from even when I started watching cricket. Because we started watching cricket. It's funny, when we first started, Jack, it was right on the tail end of the. Oh, there goes a wicket. Wicket number 6. Gajadhan Singh takes the catch, and there goes another wicket. 35 for 6. And honestly, USA may finish this within 100. That's disgusting. Woo! I love it. Thank you, Dr. Jihan. But when you start thinking about it, right? It's Jack, like this is coming on the heels of South Africa, right? and the whole debacle. And that's like,
Yeah.
we started watching the show, The Test, which is really what got us into it, and seeing how they went from that to just winning the World Cup in T20, last year. What was that, 2021 or 2022? I guess it counts as 2021. And just seeing them win test matches, basically whitewash the Ashes. What did they do? Just tie one, which was probably the best. It was the best tie. No, it wasn't a tie. It was a draw, actually.
It was a
Best
draw, yeah.
draw ever. It was so exciting. You got Smudge there bowling against Smudge. Yes, I didn't misspeak people. Smudge. For those of you that didn't watch the Ashes and did not watch, that's still probably the most exciting thing. Smudge bowling, trying to take the final wicket. There's Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad battling. And just shortly before that, he took somebody's wicket. I can't believe who it was. Smudge actually got a wicket at
Jack
the end.
Leach. It was
Jack Leach. You know what I mean? So I'm like going nuts. Like, it's almost happening. So, man, like Australia's come a long way. And again, even a draw in Sri Lanka, I will take it. All right.
Yeah.
If a loss at home, that would have been bad. So you can't be upset with how Australia's doing from where they came and how low they were after the Cape Town incident. You know what I mean? But again, thank you for the super chat, and Dr. Jihan, much appreciated. And man, I just think that Australia is definitely on the right track. Now, here's a question. What do you think of baseball? A lot of people, we keep talking about baseball, okay?
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, all right, England until recently have been doing well. And to be fair, Baz is only coaching the, if I'm correct, the test side. So the losses against India and the T20 is not really on him. But he does seem to have a formula going with the test side. What are your thoughts on baseball? What do you like about his strategy? I mean, let's also give a Johnny Bairstow some credit, man. Johnny Bairstow has turned into an absolute monster. And it's
good.
I don't think there's two guys I've been so wrong on, Jack. Like, from when I started watching cricket, Johnny Bairstow's one of them. I remember my Bairstow's garbage. Jihan just loves throwing that in my face. And you know what I mean? Because I saw the talent, but the guy would just throw away his wicket. He kind of plays like Chip Pant, right? They play so reckless. But Bairstow, I've been so wrong on Bairstow. And then probably the person I've been the worst on was Hardik Pandya. But for 2 years, I watched this guy play, and he was absolute trash. The guy, couldn't bowl, would get pumped when he did. I'm like, why is everybody so excited about this guy? But that injury really made him look bad, because this last year, from the IPL to even now international and T20, this guy's a monster. Holy cow. So I was so wrong on both these players. But your thoughts on baseball and should I say the arrival of Johnny Bairstow as a test player?
Well, my thoughts on baseball, I think it's great. I think it's good. I think it's good that a team's being positive, because when I spoke to Graham Winter, that sports psychologist on the podcast, he's been a sports psychologist with the Australian cricket team, and he's written a cricket book and all that. So go check it out, Gabe. It's quite interesting stuff. And he worked with the Australian cricket team in the 90s when they were dominant. And we talked about playing brave, which is one of the concepts in his book. And he says, players who play to win do well than those players who play to avoid failure and losing. And that's a fact. And that's what England are doing at the moment. It's sort of like their one-day mentality, really. Not be reckless, but just go out there, be aggressive, be measured about it. They've turned things around pretty quickly. The only one who isn't convinced by baseball was Brendan McCullum. He says, I know what Baz is, but I don't know what baseball is. He thinks it's a silly term. I saw him say that the other day. But it'll be interesting to see if they can sustain it, especially overseas, like in Asia, for example. You can't really do that in the subcontinent when the ball's turning on day 5. So it's going to be a different proposition for them. But I like how they go about it in that positive manner. And I think more teams need to be a bit more positive in Test cricket, because if you want to get people back into Test cricket, be interested with Test cricket, this is the way to go, I think. And you saw the crowds on day 5. And throughout these Test matches, people just came in and watched the cricket. That's great to see. So if it's doing that, that's brilliant. So I like it. I like that positivity.
And I think that, to be fair, you just mentioned, Nick and I were doing the review of, along with Azjad, of what's the
India documentary in Australia.
The India documentary of Australia. And Rashid Pant mentions like that he got upset because they told him to be cautious when he's playing, and that's not how he plays. And to your point, players that try to avoid, some players can't be like, you have to be aggressive. He would probably thrive under Bazball because you have to have that careless attitude to go out there and play and know that your team has your back. It's going to work sometimes, it's not going to work sometimes. But if the entire team has that mindset, you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, it should, that aggressive mentality should be successful. But I think that coaches are concerned and are reluctant to play that way because, you know, you don't want to lose your job. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? Doesn't go well, you lose your job. You know, Silverwood lost his job. Although many would argue that the problem was with Joe Root's captaincy, you know what I mean? Ultimately, it was Silverwood who lost his job. I guess Joe Root lost his job as captain, but I mean, he's still there. He's still on the test side, you know what I mean? So I think it takes a gutsy coach to tell your players, go out and just play the way you want to. Be aggressive, you know what I mean? And I think that's another thing. You know, one of my favorite Australian players, and you know this, Uzi. Uzi's very aggressive the way he plays, and that was an issue he would have with JL when JL was there. You know what I mean? And I think that it was probably part of the reason that Uzi wasn't added to the team a lot of times because it just wasn't JL's style of play. He was more old school, be conservative, you know. And I thought that was going to be taken, but it bounced short. But I mean, ultimately, you're right, Jack. Okay, you need to do something to inject life into tests, and if you don't, you know what I mean, it's gonna go by the wayside. Honestly, it's still hard enough. Somebody asked me, you know, what would I do? I would honestly, in order to it's too long of a format. You know what I mean, dude? And especially these 5. See, I love it, but the 5-match test series can go across a month plus. People just don't have that time to be invested. They should all be about 3. I'd probably say about 3 matches. That way you can either get yourself a decision if 2-1, unless there's a draw in there. And then what do you think about limiting the overs, some more, so that the games don't go, or the test matches don't go that long over the course of the days? Because it's, again, 5 days is rough, but 5 days, and sometimes it's like, what, 6-7 hours in a day? That's a lot. You gotta
so
try to make it a better
referring to the over
product.
rate there, Gabe, as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's shocking. That needs to be improved. I don't think we need to reduct the overs, take them off. I think keep it at 90, but we need to improve over rates because they're shocking. Because we go for 6 hours, but then we go for 6.5 hours and 7 hours to bowl 90 overs. It's just ridiculous. So we need to cut out those delays, and there's unnecessary delays. People behind. Right. Is that another wicket there?
Another wicket there. Cam Stevenson takes it at the boundary. Beautiful catch. And yeah, it's looking ugly here for Singapore. No, but I did mean the overrate, but I'm actually talking about reducing the amount of overs. Because here's my thought, Jack. You want to turn it into a TV product. Test has to be a TV product. And realistically, again, T20 is a TV product. Even ODI may go a little bit longer, but when you're talking about, if it's going to go on for 5 days, I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to compare it to like a baseball series in the playoffs, right? We'll watch a series that goes 4 games, 5 games, NBA 4 games, 5 games, because the game's only 3-4 hours long. But if it's 5 days, 8 hours a day, that's just a lot. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? And people got lives, kids, work, whatever. In order for it to survive, it has to, and I know people hate that, but it has to be a television product. And I think that not just television, because people, oh, Gabe, it is on TV. Yeah, it's on streaming services. We're talking about, primetime television, where they can start the game at 5 o'clock and it's down at 9, or start the game at 6 o'clock and it's done at 10. And I know that for the pure of heart, the traditionalist, it's going to be blasphemous. But I'm talking about cutting it from 90 to maybe 50. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're going to say, well, that's ODI. Yeah, it'll be ODI with just the instead of 1 day, just the rigor of the 5 day of tests. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you got to make Test cricket relevant in these times, because you got to think about it. When Test cricket was invented, it was more people could just go and watch a game, and because you didn't have technology or anything like that now.
Right.
So attention spans are quite short in people today, like kids and that. So it's very hard to get the youth involved. There's a lot of areas to improve on. Over rates, the pace of play, and sort of what England are doing at the moment with baseball. If you can make it more attractive, then people will watch it. And I know that people would say that's not how you play Test cricket, but you need to move with the times and, try to make it sort of relevant to these times.
Right.
So, we brought in day-night Test matches as an example. Someone said that play more day-night Test cricket. Well, many countries don't want to do that. It's only Australia really that really grabbed onto that concept. And obviously, Gabe, when your West Indies come to Australia this year, they're going to play a day-night test in Adelaide against Australia. So that should be exciting.
Right.
For a 2-match test series. So there's plenty of things they can do to improve Test cricket. But we just need to, try and make it relevant for these times. Otherwise, people are just going to switch off. And, yeah, it's something that everyone needs to work together on. And also pitches as well. Produce pitches that have a balance between the bat and the ball to make sure that we have a good contest. Because you don't want to see flat pitches, and you don't want to see the bat taking over the ball, which it has done in many years. So they need to do something about it, the ICC. That's their job. And I think all cricket boards need to work together to improve Test cricket, because it can be improved. It's the greatest format in cricket. It's the oldest format. But we just need to make sure that it's here to stay for years and years and generations. Otherwise, it will go. And once it's gone, it's gone.
Right. No, I think that I think you have a good point there. You make a good point. And people in the chat telling me, no, don't mess with cricket. I get it. See that people love tests. It has its. Don't mess with tests. It's fine. Don't mess around. Alex, I get it. Alex, let me have it. Han, let me have it. A couple guys. I just think that you have to Jack's point, make it more relevant so that you get the younger audience into that. And misfield by the USA goes for a boundary, but that's okay. 45 for 7, so that's gonna make it 49 for 7. They're still in command, 3 wickets away. But even ODI, okay, Jihan mentions it's 100 overs. That's what I'm saying. Even ODI, I'm not talking about the whole 100. No, I'm talking about 50 overs in a day. And you're gonna say, well, 50 overs in a day, are we gonna get decisions in Test cricket if it's only 50 overs in a day? And they've got to take 10 wickets in both innings, so that's 20 wickets total. I think it's gonna lead to more aggressive play, like we're talking about in basketball, to try to, to try and again, I'm just playing around with the idea, but I think it's Han actually mentions it. ODI and T20 are TV products. Actually, T20 is probably the best television product because it's in and out. It's good for marketing. They'll be able to put it in the prime time, 2.5, 3 hours. Families can take their kids to it, and it's a little bit more exciting, as you mentioned. I think that that's honestly the only thing that's going to survive here in America, in the States, as far as like it's good. It's got to be T20 a format where it's quick and they can get a game in there in 2 or 3 hours, because major networks aren't going to carry a game that takes 5 days, and you're talking, like you said, 60 plus hours. It kills them to do that just for the Olympics. You know what I mean? Could you imagine, test which happens, year round? Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah.
Promotion of format equal. Zimbabwe have Jersey at under 80, 14 overs. Oh my gosh. I did not expect that. I thought that was going to be an easy win for Jersey, and they may not make it. They've got 28 balls for 63 runs, and Zimbabwe may be able to defend this. Holy cow. And that was a pretty low total at 146, but Jersey is 84 for 4, and they've got 27 balls to get 63 runs. So what's the run rate at that point? They need 26. Let me do the math. Is that about 7 and over? A little bit.
I think so.
It's about 7 and over.
I was never good at math.
Ew. Well,
interesting.
I mean, we could do the math because if they got 26 balls over, there's 7 balls in the over. 7 times 4 is 28. So they are in the right there. They're in the 15th over or 16th over right now. So they've got basically, they've got 4 overs after this. 6 times 4 is 26. There you go. So to get the 62 runs, ooh, no, much higher. They're in trouble. If they need 62 runs, they need about 12 and over. Ew. Yep. It's not looking good. What happened? They started off so well. I think they had 50 runs in the power play, Jack, and they've only scored 35 more runs.
Ooh,
what a batting collapse. Ew. 14 or over, you're only out by the factor 2.
People sorry, Gabe, go on.
Pakistan. So I agree with this. Jack, I rather watch a low scoring cricket game, especially a test match, but even ODI T20, than a monstrous 500 first innings for I think it was South Africa. No, it was Sri Lanka put up 500 in the first innings, and then South Africa put up like 600. Holy cow, what's going on with this pitch? You know what I mean? Like, who curated this thing? That's just brutal.
Yeah, that's right. They often make the best games of those scoring matches in Test cricket because it's so close. Rather than 500 plays 500, and then it's a boring draw. So you got to produce better pitches across the board. And the ICC need to be tighter on their pitch rating system, really, which the match referee gives after each match. He rates the pitch either poor, below average, or good. I think we should be a bit more firm on that to make sure that pitches are to a good standard. But the ICC don't do that, really. So they need to be better.
Well, I think that, and somebody's mentioned this before, that the ICC should take control of the pitches and curating the pitches, not leaving it up to the home team, home cricket board to get their own curators out there to make it flat or make it a landmine out there where balls will be turning. You know what I mean? Like, balls will be turning after 10 overs or something crazy like that. Like, forget about day 3. You know what I mean? What match was I watching that was like that? Oh my gosh, the pitch is turning on day 1. Who does that? I was like, I can't remember. It was maybe a month ago, a little over a month ago, and the pitch was turning on day 1. Jack, like, it might have been India and somebody else. We're like, okay. So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what happened in
the take control.
Yeah, that's what happened in the Test match with Australia and Sri Lanka. The first pitch, it turned from ball 1 and went through the top. So puff of dust. So it's dry. It's gonna turn big here. And the second pitch didn't really do much at all. Really, it spun a little bit, but it was still pretty good for batting. And Australia had to bowl 180 odd overs. And Nathan Lyon had cramp. I thought he'd get a hamstring. I was like, oh, that's not good, but he was cramp. Thank God for that. You bowled 64 overs. Jeez.
He said Gabe's vision of Test cricket is like a nightmare. I'd never watch it. Now listen, and Nick and I already talked about it. We've already been to T20 games live. I still would prefer to go to a test match live. But again, even that, it would be tough for us with our wives and kids to be able to get away for 6-7 hours a day plus to watch it for 5 days straight, or 4 days sometimes and early. That's still tough, you know what I mean? But I hear you, Han, man. Like, one of the spots, and I joke all the time, but Nick is actually going to England next year. And he's like, man, I'm hoping that it coincides with a game. But if not, I got to go to Lord's. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain places you got to see, and you got to be able to sit there. I remember Jihan was he at MCG when he was live streaming one of the matches?
No, it was the Gabba, I think. It was the Gabba.
At the Gabba, you know what I mean? Like,
Gabba,
dude,
yeah.
that's just historic. You know what I mean? For sure. So...
Well, I've been to Adelaide Oval, so I've been in front of that scoreboard. So that
Have
old
you really?
scoreboard at the Adelaide Oval on the hill, yep. And I watched Australia-India 2018-19 ODI, where Dhoni and Curly were batting together, and Curly made a century. And then India won that match, and then Australia and South Africa in the same summer. So you got to at least experience those cricket grounds around the world, because it's a better experience
for sure.
than watching it on TV.
Oh, listen, and Alex Prince says you don't really go to all 5 days of a test match. And I guess that's maybe where my mentality changes, because like with baseball, right? Because series, I kind of look at a test match as a series, like a baseball series, like a playoff series. And you do literally go to every game of the series. You know what I mean? You buy the tickets hand in hand because, you're going. The tough thing about that is because if in a baseball series, it'll be 3-2 or if it's a shorter series, 2-1. So 2 at home, 1 away. So you get the tickets for your home team there, but you want to go to every single game. And normally we buy them in a pack, in a bundle for the whole series. But okay, I see that's traditionally, I guess people don't go to all 5 days. And it's even hard to say, oh, I'll only go to day 5. Well, how do you know it's going to last to day 5? You know what I mean? Like, you want to go. If I were to go, I want to go for the first day because, you may see a lot of action then, but you don't know what day it's going to end. You might say, oh, I'm going to wait till day 5 to go. Oh, it ended day 3. We've seen collapses happen. We've seen stuff like that happen. Let me see. We got a super chat here from Dr. Jihan. Dr. Jihan says, Ramiz Raja apparently for the Rawalpindi test ordered a flat road and admitted, this is Australia. We're playing not England or South Africa. We have to negate their fast bowler. This sort of nonsense has to be stopped. Interesting. Did he really admit that?
Yes, he did.
Thank you for the super chat.
To nullify. Well, Asjad's in the chat. He'll probably let us know about that because I can see him in the chat. He'll probably back that up.
How is that allowed? How is that allowed?
Well, that's what home cricket boards do, and this is the thing, and that's what Jihan's on about here. And I think he's got a point that let the groundsman prepare a pitch that he wants to prepare, not have any influence from the cricket board or anyone, because that's his job. He's a curator. Right. So, and naturally, home conditions will naturally take over anyway. You don't have to. It sort of backfired on Sri Lanka a bit in the first test. They prepared a pitch that turned and spin, and it backfired on them. And they lost by 10 wickets. So that's what happens if we call it pitch doctoring in cricket, Gabe, doctoring the conditions. So I think it's something that needs to be talked about and looked at. And, home teams can do that because it's their home conditions. But, it's got to change and we really got to stamp that out or something. So
and that's another thing that I think would help cricket in general, where you've got associate nations that don't have DRS and don't have, you know what I mean? Like it's got to be the same exact conditions for everyone, because if not, then, you know what I mean? The game is not the same. It's not par. And, you go to a place like, let's say USA, you know what I mean? When we were there was no DRS because we were like, what's going on? Like, We don't got DRS out here, and we're talking about in Florida. Are you telling me they're not going to have DRS for the World Cup in 2024? I'm pretty sure they have to. With the big teams that are going to be there, and and you know what I mean, the stakes that are there. But if it's going to be there for the World Cup and those teams, and there goes a wicket, finger goes up, and Nathan Convoker gets his 5th wicket. Oh my gosh, it's a 5-wicket haul, and this game is practically over. So you know what I mean? Like ICC, you gotta have a DRS for all matches or for no matches. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's right. Especially if it's a qualifier like this, you should. But it's just money and it's just broadcasting. The quality's not quite up there, which is not good enough from the governing body, to be honest. Especially for teams like in this tournament, that decision could have an impact on the result and whether we go through or not. So it's something that the ICC need to look at. But they don't really want to do anything, and they really don't want to spend any money because they want to make money. They don't want to spend.
Because it's such a frustrating thing. It reminds me of that one video that Nick and I did a reaction to, and it was like literally the day that cricket died, and we're like, what? And I guess they went to a commercial break during it was a forced break, or no, they ended the game early because of TV rights or whatever, or something else had to come up.
Oh, you're talking about South Africa and England, that World Cup match.
Yeah, like
92. Yeah,
it's a World Cup match, and you end it like you can't make it up. You can't, and that's a problem. That's a problem. Don't get me wrong. We've had many problems in American sports as well, where not just that, they're admitting now. 60 all out would be amazing. That in the NFL, for instance, depending who's playing, referees will be told, let them play, which means let them get aggressive and be up on guys, or make sure that that this is a entertaining game. Like if it's a Monday night game or Sunday night game, they want big scores. So the officials will put those whistles in their pockets or whatnot. I mean, will blow the whistle, and the more penalties, the more opportunities for teams to score. Oh, missed field for a 4. Come on, guys. That's about the 3rd time that's happened. That is not okay. Jones is bowling right now and deserved better than that. 2 dots. That at best should have been 2 runs, but the fielder lets it go for 4. So now it's 62 for 9, and the vice captain, Aaron Jones, is trying to clean this last wicket up. So, and I don't know that's ever happened or been exposed in a Australian sport, but it literally came out in the NFL that they call it entertainment, sports entertainment. So we put on a good TV product. And if we feel there's 2 teams that are too aggressive, we're gonna blow the whistle to make sure that they score. Or if there's 2 teams who score too much or whatever, then we're gonna have the officials let them play, and the defense can play more aggressively. And again, that drives people crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
People have accused Roger Goodell of practically match fixing. There was a game in England, and it was one of the sloppiest officiating games ever. And NFL goes to England quite a bit, Mexico, and they're trying to expand sports. Supposedly Mexico's getting a team. Canada already has their own league, the Canadian Football League, but they do have Buffalo, which a lot of Canadians root for. But the idea is to make it the NFL global. And, like this guy, like he makes sure that only certain teams, the high scoring, the big marquee teams, play over there overseas. And then when they're there, it's like basically a high school game, man, or a college game. The scores are ridiculous because those referees just put those whistles away. Oh, just brutal. Have you ever heard about that in cricket? I know that you umpired as well, where they tell you, let the guys, let them play, or maybe something to the make sure you watch out for this, watch out for bouncers, maybe call wides, don't call wides. You've ever heard of anything like that?
Not really. I think
And-
more spot fixing or match fixing with players is sort of what I've heard about in cricket. Not so much with umpiring, really. You just umpire the game and you just make sure the game's within the laws and everyone has a good time and follows the laws, and try and educate the players on the laws, because most of the players don't know the laws. So, well, they don't. That's true. They know basic laws, but they don't know everything. So, yeah.
Oh no, you're right about that. I laugh, I chuckle because there are a lot of rules in cricket, more laws than I mean.
It's 42.
Is it 42?
Yeah, 42 laws.
So
yeah.
In football, about 10 years ago, there's a huge game going on, playoff game, and Donovan McNabb is literally running out the clock. And people are like, what? Or it was like a regular season game to get into the playoffs. He didn't realize that there was a rule that there's only 2 overtimes. He did not know that an NFL game could end in a tie. And the reporters were killing him, absolutely killing him for it. Like, you didn't even try to win. You guys could have at least tried to get into field goal range. I mean, what were you thinking? And he was like, I didn't know. But I'd venture to guess a lot of players before then did not know that rule, because it happens so seldomly. And with cricket, especially 42 different laws, I'm sure that not everyone knows the laws. You still see players arguing LBW or, certain things. And you're like, what? So I'm sure that you're correct in your statement there.
Well, it is true. And they're broken into subsections, and they have all different points underneath them as well, different scenarios, and that. So it does get a bit overwhelming, but as an umpire, you got to do that.
So, fun fact: Don Bradman scored, world record 334 runs against England at Leeds.
Yep.
He hit it 46 fours. North Australian batsman hit 4 and 2. Batsman scored 50 plus. Run only lower order batsman to hit 2 sixes. Really?
Yes, he did. And it's actually on this day that happened. He scored 300 of those runs in a single day, Gabe. 300 in a single day.
100 runs in a single day.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Oh, Sir Don Bradman. That's I mean, legendary.
I've actually been to his house. Actually,
have you?
Not the one in Bowral, but his house that he lived in Adelaide is still there. I went past it just to, let's just go where Donald Bradman lived in Adelaide all his life, when he moved down from New South Wales to Adelaide. And I was like, whoa, that's his house. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
I should go to Bowral one day, where he was born, because of the museums there and that. So, but yeah, I actually went to his house. Well, went past it in Adelaide where he lived, up until he passed. That's where he lived.
Is it like that's LBW and the game is over? Aaron Jones cleans up the last wicket, and he takes Puri's wicket with beautiful. He's got that spinning action going and takes the wicket. USA win by 132 runs. Take that, cousin. That's got to help the run rate. Unfortunately, USA did their part. It does not look like Jersey's going to do their part. They need 42 runs in 12 balls. So what? I mean, it's doable, right? But it's not looking good. And I mean, regardless, USA winning by such a big margin will at least put them in a good situation, in a good position, right? To be at the top of the points table. They've gone 2-0 so far. I mean, it's unlikely any other team is going to go 3-0, so it looks like they're going to move forward. But Zimbabwe fought back, I got to say. They only put up 100 and 146 in that first innings, not the first inning, but in their innings, and I thought that just wasn't enough, especially seeing that USA put up 201. But nope.
Yeah.
Jersey is, man, the required run rate is 21. Ugh. They need 20 running runs and over. That's going
to be a tough ask there for them to get that done, especially if you need 21 and over.
And at one point in the power play, they were right on par, and then in the middle overs, man, the bowling must have been masterful because they absolutely got choked, man. Absolutely choked. The run scoring dried up, and man, Jack, that is no bueno.
Yes, you're right, Jihan. There is Bradman Drive in Adelaide, and you are right about Ian Chappell's mother. She will go across it, but she will never drive down that street.
Interesting.
Well,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, go on, Gabe. Sorry.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's right. Yeah, that's just the feud that Ian Chappell had with Don Bradman, because his grandfather Victor Richardson played with Don Bradman, and they didn't see eye to eye, so that's why. He's Ian Chappell's grandfather, so that's why his mother is his daughter, so that's why they had that feud. So Jihan was just referring to that.
Interesting.
Well, it's a bit complicated. Gabe Han says, "Don't be nice to Gabe, Jack."
I saw that. Don't forget, I sent him a colorized video of footage of Bradman's last innings and test, and he ignored it. Han, you know what? I must have missed it. Again, it's been busy. I'm going to see if I still have it, and I'm going to react to it just for you. Hopefully, I could get Nick on that, but we'll make sure we get it out here in the next few days. My apologies. Would never ignore you, Han, and especially Don Bradman. The guy's a national treasure.
Well, he got out for a duck, so welcome to be. We needed 4 runs to average 100, and he got out for a duck bowled by Eric Hollies. Clean bowled, and that was it.
Clean bowled. USA will take the number 1 spot in Group A table. And you know what? It looks good. It looks good for USA that they take the number 1 spot. And honestly, I'm super excited that they're not just in the tournament, just showing up. They're winning. And they're making their way respectable to, be one of those. I would be, ecstatic if they made the kind of noise that like Namibia did last year. You know what I mean? And give other teams fit. So that's what I'm really hoping for. I know once they get to the World Cup and you start seeing the big boys, it's going to be rough. But again, especially in T20, we've beat a Ireland. You know what I'm saying? That's a full test nation. That's not an associate nation.
Yeah.
So I think we can go in there against some of the lower full test nations or the weaker ones, I should say, and beat them. So and that's what I'm hoping for. Dr. Jihan, thank you for the super chat. Says Gabe, by T20I standards, that is a huge win. Congrats. Now you can beat Zimbabwe. By the way, New Zealand needed 42 off the last 2 over against Ireland yesterday. Did they get it? I wonder if they got that.
New Zealand won in the end. New Zealand won.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so it's possible. Jack, this question is for you. Hey, Jack, I questioned this earlier, but anyway, how do you feel making 10 fielders to 13 or 14 and the bowlers in tests still should be there? Only 10 wickets. Tests will be fun. Wow, 13 or 14 fielders. Holy cow. It's like, whew.
I think it would be a bit easier for captains to plug up gaps in the field. If you have 13 14 fielders, because if you just have 11, technically you have 9 because you have the keeper and the bowler. So you only have 9 fielders to play with. So that would be fun. Be interesting. But I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll just stick to 11, 11 players and stick to the old, format. So, but it'd be interesting. Someone could trial that and we could see how it goes.
Interesting. So let me ask you, what do you have going on over there at the Dibbly Dobbly podcast? Let our friends know what you're going to be working on next. Where they can find you. I already put a link to your channel, but I'm going to go ahead and do it once again while you give us a preview.
Yes, so we interviewed 2 guests. Obviously, we had Graham Winter, sports psychologist. He's worked with the Australian cricket team in the 90s. He also is a well-known sports psychologist who's been to 3 Olympics for Australia as the chief psychologist. We talked about his book, Mindful Cricket, because he used to play first-class cricket for South Australia back in the day. So then he retired early from cricket to pursue psychology. So it was great chatting with him. And if you're a young cricketer who wants to get better at your game mentally, then read his book. I've read his book twice in preparation for the chat that we had, and it's great stuff. He knows what he's talking about. And so please watch that. Also, the other chat that we did was with Mark from Opening Up. He does great work in cricket in the UK, promoting mental health and encouraging cricketers to work on their mental health and well-being. I spoke to him last month as well, and Nick shared it on Boring Reviews, actually, on the community page. So just go over there and you'll find the video with that Nick shared in the community tab there. Go watch that. It's very important to look after our mental health and our well-being and help others and break that stigma. So it was a great chat with Mark about that, and he's doing great work. So check him out, Opening Up. Besides from that, that's what we've done in the last couple of weeks and months.
All right.
Also, stay tuned. We're going to be doing a review of the Sri Lanka and Australia second test match and the series.
Ooh.
That'll be coming out in the next few days. We're also going to be doing cricket roundups every Sunday on the podcast. There's so much news on, so we might as well just do a show and round up all the cricketing news from the week. So that's going to be coming out every Sunday from this Sunday onwards. So
this Sunday on.
Yeah,
I'm excited to check that out, because sometimes I'll miss something that I gave you. You know, this happened. No, I missed it. So cricket roundup every Sunday, guys. Check that out. Looks like we got a couple requests for you, Jack. Jihan says, Jack, can you get Usman Khawaja on your podcast? Seems like such a cool cat. I would love it if Uzi went on there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him up on Twitter and see if he'll do an interview. Exactly. Like I don't think we have that kind of clout yet, but it would be great. You know what I mean? And Han says, I wish someone would get an interview with Tom Curran. Just ask why. Han, what are you trying to do? Just end Jack's career before it starts? Could you imagine if you get Tom Curran on and your question of why? You know, he just looks at you like, dude, did you just really, like, oh man, it's sometimes you'll see, like, for instance, these days it's got to be a tough thing to interview a Virat Kohli, because no matter where people are talking about should he be dropped, his bad form or whatever. And as a journalist or YouTuber or whatever, you want to show yourself with integrity. So you want to ask the question like, hey, is there a particular reason for their struggles? Do you hear the noise? But you know, if you say something wrong, that could be your last interview ever. You know what I mean? They'll destroy you. You know what I mean? So, like, Han, that's why. That's why we was asked why, because then, you know, they'll shut down Jack's channel. He'll have to go the Ozjot route and make it Cricket for Us. Instead of Cricket for Us 2.0, it's going to be Dibbly Dobbly Podcast 2.0.
Oh, jeez.
He said,
I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. Well, we have interviewed an international player on the podcast, obviously, which was Mary Walden, international women's player for Ireland, wicketkeeper. I spoke to her.
Yeah, we saw that. That was pretty cool. Yeah. That just came out recently. No, not recently. Like what? 3-4 months ago. Yeah. It was pretty cool. And Nick and I were like so happy for you, man. You know, to get a player on. I think you got that before we actually got our interview with
Hayden Walsh.
Hayden Walsh Jr. And you know, again, it's so tough. You reach out to them, you know, hit them on Twitter. Sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't. They're busy, you know, they got a lot of stuff to do, but I thought that was pretty good. And also just promoting the women's game, man, because, you know, women's game definitely has to be promoted more. So I think that was really good of you, man. But in any event, it is almost 4 a.m. our time. Once again, I'm going to link the links right there. I'm going to do it one more time for those of you here. Please, if you've not already subscribed to Jack, go ahead and do so. I promise you, he's got much better content than we have on here. And we'll be doing some more streaming. We're going to try to catch another USA game, even though the hours are off for us. Obviously, we're also going to be following the ODI match, England versus India. Excited to see that. I know that starts today at 5 a.m. So like right, or it's at the Oval. We won't be catching that obviously as late as this is, but maybe the tail end. Nickel and I'll jump on for. We're definitely talking about getting it done on Thursday. But Jack, thanks so much for joining me, man. Always make the time great. And as I go, I'm looking at scores right now. Ireland is down in their ODI match. Already a wicket. Third over and a wicket gone. Interesting. It is 1-0. Oh man. Third over, 1-0. New Zealand holding court. Oh, that's not a good score. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. You guys already know the deal. Thank you for the super chats. Like Dr. Jihan, thanks for supporting the channel. Han, I will make sure I jump on that Don Bradman video as soon as I can for you. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Appreciate everything you guys do. Jack, keep it up, man. And I'm excited for the Sundays. I'm going to have to be on there because, again, so much cricket happens between international cricket and domestic cricket. So if you got that cricket roundup, I think that's a great idea. But you guys already know the deal. Talk to you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace.